pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 219.
Yo, what's
I'm sure that
happening?
you could please read to yourself the first page of Exhibit 219.
All right.
We up. What's up with it? Back in this, man. I should have been on a little earlier, man, but had to get out some orders and shit and do some shit. You feel me? We tapped in, hit the like button on the way in.
And if you can also read to yourself the second page of Exhibit 219.
We tapped in, BossMackTopSoil live. Shout out to whoever in the
Again,
chat.
this is
Shout out to all my niggas in the chat.
Look at that page.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me know where you're coming from. Shout out your city. Tap in. We live. Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, Camille got on all white today.
And then scroll down to the next page, please.
7 gentlemen in the building. Camille is draped in white today because they say she came to slay. She came to slay. She's wearing white today. Camille Vasquez cemented her legend yesterday. She became a star yesterday. We watched it happen on the second half. Live coverage, BossMackTopSoil. We up in here. Let me get this espresso going. The lava lamp on. We up. Shout out everybody. Happy, what's today? Tuesday.
Misheard that you did, in fact, in October of 2018, 2 months before you published the op-ed in this case, that's the subject of this case, you initiated an arbitration against Mr. Depp for defamation?
It's not my understanding I initiated an arbitration. It's my understanding that our lawyers sent a letter.
Hit the like button on the way
called me a
in.
liar again, effectively, in an interview.
And that's 2 months before your op-ed that was published in December of 2018, right?
That is correct.
And that's 6 months before Mr. Depp filed this case against you, correct?
That's correct.
So you fired the first shot, not Mr. Depp.
I disagree. We sent a letter.
Thank you. Ms. Heard, isn't it true that you once filled out a customs form falsely so that you could get...
May we approach? Okay.
Salute. Lawrence Jacobs in the building. A little loud, a little hot. Yeah, I think they're gonna wrap it up today. It's already over though, I think, man. I think it's already over. Amber scrapping though, man. I've been listening to some of it while I was doing my thing. I feel like Amber scrapping in there a little bit. New Orleans in the building. What's up with it? Oh, man. Seal Beach. Amber is in the building. Fighting for her life. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. Shout out. Hit the like button. It's a blessed day. Camille got on all white. Somebody told her, say, hey, rock that all white today. Come on. Come on, man. Come on now. Bossmack in that building. Getting this espresso right. We're going up. Yeah, man. You know what I think it is? I think Amber went home. And I feel like her people was like, hey, you better not let that bitch just do you in up. That bitch doing you in.
Sir, you testified yesterday that when you left the courthouse after obtaining the
Yeah.
domestic violence restraining order against Mr. Depp,
Don't
you
let
walked
that
out to,
bitch
quote,
don't
sea of,
don't let that bitch
paparazzi
do you in.
right?
That's correct.
That's
Testified
what
that you
her
were trying to
friends
see
told
the
her.
sea of cameras.
That's correct.
Her friends
Because
told
it
her
was
that
quiet
shit.
when you went into the courthouse.
They
that
was
morning.
like,
And the divorce had remained.
better
under
not
the
let
radar
that
up to
bitch
that
do
point.
you
You
in.
testified that no one knew about your divorce, so you thought it was going to stay that way, right?
No, I always figured it would come out. I just time by time.
You knew the media had been alerted that you were filing for divorce, right, Mr.?
No, I just knew that it was impossible to do that privately, so you could just hope it was a matter of time. when
You knew they
filed.
were going to be there, didn't you?
No, I did not.
The
I mean, I
publicist-
assume since it's a public building that there is that likelihood, or not likelihood, but possibility. But I was shocked.
Your publicist, Jody Gottlieb, was there at the courthouse with you, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
So you anticipated that you might need your publicist?
I thought the filing might make, well, I was told the filing was public.
Amber had
but
to
it would
be sturdy
impossible.
today.
There's no way for you to do a private filing.
Amber had to
The
get
second that I
sturdy
filed for the
today on this
TRO,
bet.
It would be public news. I didn't expect all these photographers and cameras to show up at the courthouse in real time, but they did.
If we could please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1280, which is a clip from your divorce deposition, and
Salute,
you
hit
have
the like
that,
button on the way
page.
in this
If I can
motherfucker.
alert you, you have the transcript there, page 74, lines 22.
You said
through
874?
74,
74.
line 22, through 75, line 13.
Blowing Kush watching court proceedings. Salute.
74, line 22, through 75, line 13.
Your Honor, may we approach?
What's happening? DC Bolden in the building. What's good? You know what we doing? We in here watching these bitches get down. We watching Amber and Camille get down. That's what we watching. They about to start fighting. They about to start chunking them in a minute. Oh, yeah. Got the good espresso on deck. taking it to the neck, on ice, hit the like button. Tuesday, they scrapping for Johnny Depp. They scrapping in front of Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, I feel like he's good. I feel like he's going to win. I'm ready for Pirates of the Caribbean. It's serious. SB Global. What's up with it?
If we could please play and display to the jury Plaintiff's Exhibit 1280.
Oh, man.
Executive responsible.
Ms. Hurd, did you send a text message to Jerry Judge on May 24, 2016, telling Jerry Judge, quote, I'm desperately trying to reach Johnny. It's extremely important. Please
That bitch
tell
look
him."
hella different right there. What
I
year is that?
remember sending the text
Damn.
message that is in front of me right now to Jerry, and I remember sending this because I wanted to tell Johnny or have him told by Jerry or someone who knew him or was close to him. Basically, I didn't want him to find out online that I had or was about to file, or I had already filed for divorce. I wanted him to know verbally. So I was trying to reach him through a third party to tell him. When
So
I
that
say
bitch
reach,
filed
I'm
for the divorce.
specifically
That
saying
bitch
I would
filed
like
for the
him to
divorce
know
round, this
information
motherfucker.
coming from me, or coming from Jerry, from me, so that he
Cold
finds
ass
out
bitch.
about the divorce filing or my intention to do so from some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
Man.
You slipped up there, didn't you, Ms. Hurd? You let it slip out that TMZ had been alerted to your filing of the domestic violence restraining order, didn't you?
I disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
TMZ is the same outlet that you released the video of Mr. Depp attacking the kitchen cabinets the day before this deposition was taken, wasn't it?
I didn't do that. I don't know
TMZ
how
owns
to do
the
that.
copyright to that video now, doesn't it?
I have
Hey,
no
man.
idea what
You know,
TMZ
it's
Did
a
they pay you
war.
for that?
I never got paid for it because I had nothing to do with that.
So TMZ was just lucky in getting the inside scoop to your divorce from Mr. Depp, huh?
It's a
I have
war
no
to
idea.
stay a
It is
bad bitch.
That's not my area of
Using all them
expertise. I wouldn't even know
drugs
how
and
to do
shit
that.
and doing
And also, what does that
being
get
a,
me? If
being
I wanted to leak
a
things
evil
about Johnny,
human being
I could
and
have done that in a
everything.
much more successful way, in a bigger way, for years.
Not
and
when you
years.
were extorting him for $7 million.
I got a fraction of what I was
Extorting.
entitled to in the state of California, by the way.
Look at
What
that
extortion?
language.
Tessa Van Reed's your ex-wife, right?
That's right. She's my ex-partner.
She's the one that you told this jury Mr. Depp was jealous of, right?
Yeah, well, that was
Jealous of a
2013 fights around March, yes.
You
What's
testified that he
in-
tried
hey,
to burn
what's
one of her
pink?
paintings, right?
You can't be bringing nothing different than water in the
testified you tried
water
to burn,
bottle. Is that lean,
One of
bitch?
your favorite paintings that she did, right?
I don't know if it was one of my favorites.
You committed domestic violence against Miss Van Reed during your relationship, didn't you?
No, I did not.
You assaulted her at a
shit.
Seattle airport in 2009,
Oh, shit.
didn't you?
No, I did not.
And people saw that,
That's not true.
and it was covered in the press.
This
Isn't
bitch
that true?
It was planted in the press by Johnny's team. 2
planted
days
in the
after I got
press by
PRO.
Johnny's team, bitch.
Not
Can we
coincidentally.
please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1279?
This bitch can't go to jail for none of this shit. RRT lessons in lifestyle in the building. What's happening? It's bad. It's bad. One of the coldest bitches.
We could please have that article displayed for the witness. This is an article from 2 years ago, correct, Ms. Hurd?
I don't know when this
May
was.
of 2020.
That's not when it came out, no. This story started getting planted after I got a TRO, after I got a
Planted.
restraining order against Johnny.
Planted stories, huh?
The headline says Amber Heard
Objection,
allegedly
Your Honor.
struck.
Objection, Your Honor. I think Your Honor ruled. She
Overruled.
can't say that.
If you want to approach again.
You want to approach again?
The title reads Amber Heard allegedly
Alan
grabbed,
Davis in the building.
struck her ex-girlfriend at the airport. Doesn't it?
Salute.
Yes, and that's not true.
May we approach?
Oh, you gotta hit that. What's in that bottle, Pink? What you drinking, bitch? Bitch, that ain't nothing healthy, bitch. I know that's some drugs, bitch. What you drinking, bitch? Somebody check that bottle. You can't be having that in the court, bitch. What you drinking?
So the article, the title is Amber Heard allegedly struck her
Objection, Your Honor.
ex-girlfriend.
She's already.
Oh, overruled. Go ahead.
Thank you. If I may start over. Amber Heard allegedly struck her ex-girlfriend Tassa Van Ree at the airport in 2009. Did I read that right?
Yes, this
We
is another
on, man.
example of the smear campaign.
Sipping espresso.
So Mr. Depp is not the only domestic partner you've assaulted, is he, Ms. Heard?
I've never assaulted Mr. Depp or anyone else that I've been romantically linked to, ever.
What?
No further questions, Your Honor.
That bitch said she never
I'm
assaulted.
sorry, redirect.
Ms. Heard, did Ms. Van Ray come out after that article came in and make a public statement it was false?
Of course she did.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Yeah, that should at least be.
Overruled.
Thank you.
Of course she did.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the TMZ alerted. Explain to the jury
Hello?
what you meant by the TMZ was alerted.
So when you make these kind of filings, meaning divorce, marriage, things like that, they are public record.
Yeah, I feel you.
And so when we filed for
feel
divorce,
like-
when I filed for
I
divorce,
feel
I
you,
asked my
DC.
team to file in the most
I
discreet
feel
way,
like-
literally to put it under a stack of papers and file it at the end of day, so it kind of had more of a shot of being missed by the paparazzi and by TMZ and those sorts of publicity outlets. I believe that we had been remarkably lucky following the divorce, that it wasn't picked up, and that it gave me a precious few days of peace at that really fragile time. When I found out that they were going to run the story or that they had the information, I was trying to get a hold of Johnny to clarify that I did not do this in a punitive way. I didn't want him to be mad at me. I didn't want him to find out in that sort of context online.
That she had
And
dead a
who
man.
had connections to TMZ?
Bitch, dead a
Objection calls for
man.
speculation.
Do you know?
I do know. Johnny
Your
and I
Honor.
spoke about
Your
it.
Honor, calls for
Sustain
speculation.
the objection.
Did Mr. Depp tell you about who had connections with TMZ?
Yes, we talked about it. His lawyer, Laura Wasser.
Okay. Now, I'm going to start at the very beginning here. You were asked by Ms. Vasquez about why Mr. Depp won't or can't look you in the eye. And she read out, or she played a tape in which Mr. Depp said, "You will not see my eyes again."
Sipping
You
that
recall
pink
that?
SB Global,
And
yeah.
that was
You right.
during the mediation process in July, correct?
That was
Objection leading.
the first one.
Sustain
Okay.
is the leading.
When was this?
That was in July of 2016. That was the first mediation attempt. We met after that, and Johnny very much looked me in the eye.
Please tell the jury about the next meeting after he said, "You will not see my eyes again."
We met in the lawyer's office. They gave us a moment. Johnny kissed me again, held me. I cried, he cried, and then we had a short exchange, and he put a note in my pocket that said, "I'll love you dead or alive, my Slim," with his new phone number on it.
I'd like to bring up, Michelle, if you can, Defendant's Exhibit 1581L.
Johnny just want a bitch to go away, man. Bitch, go away. Take the 7 M's, bitch, and go away. Bitch, go away. Don't knock paper off my, don't knock no food off my
Do you
plate,
recognize
bitch.
this?
Knock
Objection, Your
40
Honor.
million off my plate,
May we
bitch.
approach?
Yes, ma'am.
Come on, bitch. I gave you 7 M's and you're gonna knock 40 off my plate. Bitch, I need 50. I need 50, bitch. I don't know, man. They need to check that bottle. She killed it though. She killing that shit though. I feel like I was the first one to speculate she had lean in the courtroom. I don't know if it's lean, because lean would have a bitch slowed down. I'm tripping. It's something energetic.
Could you tell the jury what the coaster was that he slipped into your pocket, what it said?
It said, "I love you forever, my Slim, dead or alive."
And what, if anything, did it have in addition?
His new phone number.
And to be, just so we're clear, on how many occasions in that second mediation did Mr. Depp look you in the eye?
Many.
Okay. And when Ms. Vasquez asked you if you knew why Mr. Depp couldn't or wouldn't look you in the eye here or in the UK, you said, yes, you know. Why? Please tell the jury why.
Because he's guilty. Because he knows he's lying. Otherwise, why can't he look at me? I survived. I survived that man, and I'm here, and I'm able to look at him.
Bitch, he don't want to look at you because you's a
You were
rotten
asked
ass
about a
bitch.
bruise that was on
Shitty
your
ass human
arm
being, bitch. I don't want to
on
look at you,
March
bitch. You
15,
fucking rotten ass
2013.
demon.
Do you recall how long before the picture you had sustained that bruise?
I do.
How long?
2 weeks.
You were asked a number of times by Ms. Vasquez if you took pictures.
You know that lean,
from
that
your
lean give you
incidents earlier in the
that
relationship.
endurance for stress though.
Why didn't you?
That lean give you that good
was-
endurance for stress.
Something I started doing only kind of incidentally. You know, I was commenting to my best friend. I was looking for support from my mom, things like that. There was, I'm ashamed to say, never a thought that this would happen. I mean, not until
But I'll be like,
December,
bitch, I need
and my
50,
best friend taking
I need
pictures
50
of me
M's, bitch.
to capture it. That wasn't even a thing.
It has been suggested by Ms. Vasquez to you in your questions that you didn't tell anyone about the abuse until the TRO. Is that true?
Objection, Your Honor, leading.
What if any? All right. Who did
Dang,
you tell
bitch.
about the abuse during the time it was happening?
Objection, Your Honor,
That's
leading
not offered to,
and hearsay.
Sustained.
Your Honor, it's consistent
This
It's leading,
old
it's
bitch.
sustained. Next question.
Old bitch getting body
What,
slammed.
if anything, did you tell to anyone about the abuse?
Objection, Your Honor,
therapist.
hearsay.
Sustained.
Your Honor,
objection.
Your Honor, may I approach him?
Back to back sustained objections. It never go the other way like that. I ain't heard Camille get hit with multiple objections and they got sustained. I ain't heard it. That's a sign of you getting your ass beat as a lawyer. I ain't even a lawyer. I feel like that's a sign of you getting your ass beat. You ain't getting off no objections successful. And the other motherfuckers just slapping all your shit down. Hell yeah, man. She think, look at what killing that pink drink, bitch. And it's tasty too, like, yeah. Yeah. Looking like a tortured, he tortured me up here. Feel sorry for me. I ain't a demon like they say. This bitch Camille, you know she ain't pretty as me and shit. I'm that bitch. I'm in movies and shit. I'm in Aquaman. Come on, y'all know I wouldn't lie and shit. How would a pretty white bitch like me lie? A pretty white, how you gonna let this Mexican press me? How you gonna let this bitch, how you gonna let Camille Vasquez get up here and press me? I'm a 100% cold white bitch. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you. I thought that was a handicap, though. When I seen the Camille last name was Vasquez, I kind of was like, oh, she a Mexican. I couldn't even tell. I thought she was a white girl, too.
How many people have you shared the fact of abuse prior to 2015?
Objection, Your Honor. Leading.
Leading.
Also hearsay.
Sustained.
How many?
Overruled that one.
Oh, it overruled it. Okay. Oh, shit. Overruled.
Roughly about 10.
Can you name them?
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I think she can, it's not offered, it's just to show that she informed people before. They're suggesting
Objection,
she
Your
didn't
Honor.
tell
Can we
anybody.
approach? This is, again, inappropriate.
This old bitch is getting out of pocket. She know the law. What the hell we doing in here? Can we approach the bench? Can we approach the bench? This bitch acting like she don't know the law. The fuck? Come on now.
Now,
Hit the
You
like
were
button.
asked.
No, hit the like button.
whether you had consulted a medical doctor about any problems with your nose, correct?
That's correct.
And you indicated that you in fact had after the divorce,
Objection,
correct?
leading.
Did you or did you not consult an ENT after the divorce?
Objection, leading.
Did you produce medical
Back to
records
back.
to the defendants relating to this?
Objection, leading.
All right,
Calls.
I'll sustain the objection.
Thank you.
Leading,
And-
next
and-
question.
Back to back.
Let's see.
Yeah, witness could be instructed not to answer until I've
All right.
lodged my
Wait
objection.
for the objection, please.
Could we bring up Defendant's Exhibit 1077? Do you recognize this document?
My screen is black.
Oh, sorry. Wait.
Amber got coached.
Yes, I do.
And could you
Amber
tell us
got
what it is?
coached
That's
last
the,
night.
what my
Amber
ENT,
came in this
the ears, nose, and
motherfucker
throat
like,
doctor, told
I'm
me
not gonna let this
what my-
Objection,
Mexican.
Your Honor.
the
Hearsay.
damage.
All right, when there's objection, please stop talking. Thank you. All right, I'll sustain the objection as to hearsay.
Okay. I'm,
Getting handled by a Mexican. Amber.
what, if any, you were asked if you had, it was suggested that you had not produced this in discovery. Is that true or false?
Objection, Your Honor. Leading.
Your Honor,
Blah!
she absolutely,
It's leading. It is leading question, though. I'll sustain the objection as to leading.
Sustain
what, if
objection.
anything, did you do to
Sustain.
produce medical records to the defendant, to the plaintiff in this case?
I turned over all of my devices.
Hell yeah,
and
she
they had
famous now, bro.
The
DC Bolden, that bitch
Johnny's
famous.
team had a third party
She
or somebody they
famous.
selected as a third party go and pull all relevant documents from those devices, which I handed over.
Do you know how many were handed over?
She already
hundreds of
won,
thousands,
though. I
believe.
think, though. I think.
Maybe
Objection, Your
more.
Honor, lack of foundation.
All right, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
And what, if anything, did you produce to the plaintiff in connection with your consultation with an ENT specialist relating to your nose?
Objection, leading,
Sustain.
What, I
foundation,
said, what, if anything?
hearsay.
Bah!
It's not the cure-all. It's sustained.
Handling this bitch. Oh my God.
When did you see an ENT specialist?
Oh man.
2017 or 2016 or 17.
And as a result of that consultation, what did you learn about your nose?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I'm not asking her to tell what they said.
Yeah, I'll sustain the objection.
Black Light was good. North Films was good.
What, if any, production
You already
did
know.
you make to the plaintiff
We ain't here tripping off
of your
Camille.
medical records with the ENT?
Camille is the
Objection, Your
real
Honor, lack
deal.
of foundation.
Blah!
If you only have foundation.
Do you know whether the records, medical records from your EMT were produced in discovery in this
Objection,
case?
Your Honor, lack of foundation calls for speculation.
Handling.
I'm asking.
Overruled if she knows.
Thank you.
Oh, overruled one. Okay.
And do you recall? I'm trying. What, if anything, did the medical records reflect about your nose?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection.
Camille is no, it's a route. It's a route right now. It's
Do
the
you
blowout. It's a
Injuries to your
blowout.
nose?
Yes.
Please describe those to the jury.
I have
I'm going to
a bunch of
object
scar
to
tissue.
I'm going to object to the extent it calls for hearsay and lack of foundation
Overruled.
and improper expert opinion.
Well,
She can certainly testify to.
we'll see where it goes. Go
The
ahead.
judge can't even keep up with Camille and the
I
shit
have
she's saying.
a significant amount of scar tissue in my nose.
Objection, Your Honor.
I'll sustain the objection.
Blah!
What, if any, difficulty do you have breathing?
Objection, leading.
What, if anything, and that does cure them.
But I'll overrule.
She can't get off nothing. Oh, overruled that one.
I have a significant amount of trouble breathing at night, and I've been putting off having surgery for it.
Oh my God, bitch. Trouble breathing from what, bitch? Come on, bitch. Come
Now,
on.
you were asked about December 15, 2015, and Ms. Vasquez suggested that you did not report the abuse or the injuries to Aaron Falati. Do you recall that
Objection, Your
question?
Honor, leading.
Your Honor, I'm entitled to
Sustain.
go into what Ms. Vasquez
It's-
asked.
The objection is leading. I'll sustain the objection.
Okay. Did you report
Oh
What, if
shit,
anything,
they
did you
whispering. The
report to
bitches is
Aaron
whispering.
Falati
You know it's finna be some shit.
about the abuse you sustained on 12/15/2015?
Get that bitch with this.
Objection, leading and
You're up.
hearsay.
Approach.
Bitch have no nothing. The bitches have no. What law school did Camille go to? I know it's up. I know they celebrating. They like, it's up. Camille went to our law school. Camille Vasquez went here. Come to our school. We teach you how to do that shit. We show you how to cross-examination a bitch. You feel me? Yeah, see, Amber, what we seeing from Amber is Amber went home last night and her friends was like, you bet not let that Mexican bitch just handle you like that. You better get your ass, you a bad bitch. You a top of the line, white, bad bitch. actress, bitch. You feel me? You better go up in there, man, and win. Create some shit and win, bitch. Don't just roll over and let Camille just stop that. Get out of here, bitch. You better get in there, bitch. And Camille put on her white suit. Camille said, bitch, I'm coming in white, bitch. I'm the bitch. Bitch, I'm about to expel the darkness. I'm about to come in like the angel of light on your ass, bitch. Oh, you talking about the one sitting down next to Camille though, giving her the game? Hey man, it's all good though, man. That's part of the team though. Like, you feel me? Like, they still younger though. Like, they teamed them. See, Johnny Depp got young bitches. Got the young hungry bitches, man. You know what I'm saying? Them old bitches, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'd have went with the old bitches. Give me some young hungry bitches, man. Shit, man. Made me think about some attorneys I was fucking with, man. Some young, hungry bitches, man. Like, fuck that. Let's take this shit to trial. Fuck them bitches up. Fuck that. Fuck the DA. Let's go to trial. Young, hungry bitches. Them young, hungry, ready to fight. Them young bitches be ready to fight on every level. Look at that. Blessings, man. This is a beautiful situation. I'm enjoying. Correct someone who can challenge Amber. I don't know, man. I feel like Camille is the deal, man. Camille is the deal. Camille is the deal. I should drop a shirt. Camille is the deal. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I wanna give a shout out to all y'all motherfuckers. If it's any motherfuckers out there in the Long Beach area, man, I wanna shout out. Even in LA, man. I want to shout out Long Beach Finest 68, Long Beach Finest 68 on the gram, at Long Beach Finest 68 on the gram. My people's Larry Heavy, 426 East 1st Street, Long Beach, California. Pull up. Let that man cut your hair, because he in there. Black people, support black people. Support black business. He looked out for me. I'm looking out for him. We spreading it around. Everybody breaking bread with everybody. We trying to move the paper around, man. Shout out to Heavy. Southwestern Law School. Southwestern Law School. Camille, shout out to Southwestern Law School. Camille went there, Vasquez, for the law. For the law. She didn't know that one day she was going to get picked up. Her firm was going to get picked up by Johnny Depp, who needed help. She didn't know one day Johnny Depp was going to come through and be like, save me from this bat. And she got and now she is on national TV. This is a movie. This is the equivalent of a movie, a long ass thorough movie. With the ups and downs and the dramatizations. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Listen to me, man, but here's the thing. This is what I think. Niggas can try to rebuke what I'm saying. This is what I think. I feel like Johnny has already won, right? I feel like the jury has seen enough. It could be a simp on there who loves, and it could be, you know what? It could be some evil white bitches on the jury who feel like, you know, they in their mind tripping like Amber, like the world revolves around them.
Did you tell Nurse Filati on 12/16/2015 about the injuries you sustained from the 12/15/2015 attack?
I did. I believe I sent her pictures too.
Oh, it's all good, SB Global. It's all
Did
good,
you
man.
text with Nurse Filati on 12/16/2015?
I'm old as fuck, man. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm still here feeling good like you know I should, man.
Mr. Depp's attack on you on 12/15.
Yes, she guided me through a concussion check.
A concussion check. A concussion check.
And did you
Just
tell
saying that shit is
Colonel
bullshit.
Cowan
Concussion check.
about the injuries you sustained?
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
It's prior consistent statements.
All right, I'm going to sustain the objection at this point.
Camille got bitches crumbling down.
Do you recall Dr. Laurel Anderson testifying that she saw two black eyes
Objection,
on
Your Honor.
12/17?
Leading.
Sustain as to leading.
Okay. What, if anything, do you recall from Laurel Anderson's testimony in this case about what she observed on 12/17/2015?
Objection, Your Honor. This is outside the scope of cross-examination.
It's prior consistent statements.
I'm going to sustain the objection.
It's observations for the
I'm gonna
12/17, the same day.
Sustain the objection. Next question.
May I approach?
Okay.
How many objections, man, did Camille get off, man? It gotta be like 412 objections sustained to to maybe about five on the other side, 5 sustained objections on the other side, if they even said objection. You understand me? Goddamn, man. Camille's the deal. Man, Amber is a cold-ass piece of work. When you look at this bitch in other settings, when you see this bitch in other settings, man, you can see the coldness.
When in December did you see Dr. Laurel Anderson?
Objection, lack of foundation.
Off the rip. Oh, they
I
overruled.
saw her 2 days after the attack.
So on what day did you see her then?
That would have been the 17th of December, 2016, and I told her what happened.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection.
And when did you see Dr. Colonel Cowan?
I saw him the next day, December 16th is my best recollection.
Let's jump to East Asia for a
Espresso and
moment.
Kush, nigga.
And we saw a number of
That's what we be
pictures
doing.
from the backless dress.
Hit
What,
the
if any,
lights.
motivation would you have to claim that Mr. Depp was kneeling on your back, knowing you had a backless dress?
Objection, Your Honor.
I
Leading
think I can bring
calls for
that out, yes.
speculation.
It's still leading. I'll sustain the objection.
Why did you say that Mr. Depp was kneeling on your back in East Asia?
In the closet of the hotel room in Tokyo, I said that because it happened to me. And it would have been much more convenient if I was making it up to not include that detail, knowing I had a backless dress and I walked a press line and got
Hit the
photographed.
likes.
Now, we've heard testimony about Mr. Depp making a total of $65 million in 2015 and 2016 from his experts.
Objection, Your Honor.
Why did
Leading.
65
Hearsay.
M's in 1 year.
Why did you not ask for $32.5 million from Mr. Depp?
Your Honor. Leading.
I said, why did you not ask?
Irrelevant.
I'll
The
sustain the
explanation.
objection. Sustain the objection to leading. Next question.
Why, can I just ask, why did you not ask for $32.5 million from Mr. Depp?
Because I didn't want
Asked and
it.
answered, relevance.
Oh, overruled, good.
Because I didn't want it. I realized that that's what I was entitled to, but I didn't want it.
She didn't want 32 M's. She only wanted 7.
The tape recording that was played that has you laughing quite a bit, can you tell the jury what the context of that particular tape recording
Hit the
was?
likes.
I don't really recall a whole lot about what was going on. I know we had been fighting kind of ad nauseum and in this sort of loop, if you will, and I'm doing my best to not show my pain. That's what I
Not show
was
my
trying to
pain.
do. I was trying to be
A
tough.
bitch who don't give a
Not
fuck.
show what kind of pain I was in.
Ugh. If this could
Now,
happen to Johnny
Ms. Vasquez
Depp.
asked you about how you got your role in Aquaman. Could you please describe to the jury how you got your role?
Because I
Yes.
fucked with Johnny Depp.
I
And
auditioned.
they was like, it's
Not
up
Johnny.
if we put her
I
in
auditioned.
it.
I worked really hard, and I went to where we were filming
Listen.
the first movie, Justice League. I went, I
This
think,
bitch is
5
jealous of
5.5
Johnny.
months early before filming commenced. When I heard that they wanted to fire me, and so I put myself in the job in the
Objection,
gym.
Your Honor, hearsay.
Sustain.
Keep it away,
I worked
what,
really
what
hard.
they said.
I worked really hard on that and had to prove myself. And I did that for, even though I was only filming for 6 days, I was there for 6 months. Just worked my butt off. That's
What if
why.
What, if any, role did Mr. Depp play in your getting
I appreciate that,
You tried to have me
DC.
fired from it.
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation.
All right, I'll sustain as speculation.
How do you know that he tried to have you fired?
Objection,
from?
Your Honor. Calls for speculation and hearsay and lack of
Just asking for
foundation.
I'm trying to lay it on you.
All right, agree foundation.
Killing that old
I
bitch.
saw it. I saw the emails. I saw the texts.
I'll sustain the objection. as to
Watching a
hearsay.
young
Question.
bitch kill an old bitch right now.
You were asked about Isaac Baruch.
And I don't feel
your wife,
shit about
and-
it.
And that he saw
And I
no
don't feel
marks.
sorry for that bitch.
What is your recollection of your interaction with Isaac Baruch during the
This
week
shit
of
is
May
music to
22nd?
Johnny.
I saw Isaac when I was coming or going, meaning I was leaving or arriving to the building. I saw him at a distance. We did not have a in-depth conversation, nor would we. And I told him, actually, right after it happened, what his friend had done.
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I don't think it's offered to prove the truth of the matter asserted.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Okay. Stay away from what was said. Can you just tell us what interaction you had with him and his opportunity to observe you with absolutely no makeup?
Objection,
That's
Your Honor,
impossible.
leading.
Sustain the objection. It's leading.
Please describe for the jury your interaction with Isaac Baruch during the week of May 22nd.
Well, not only did I have makeup on, but I did attempt to kind of
5 snug ways was
let him know
good.
what happened.
Appreciate you
Objection,
tapping
Your Honor,
in with us.
hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
You were asked some questions about Officer Melissa Science's testimony. What, if anything, do you recall relating to Officer Melissa Science's testimony relating to your injuries?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
Your Honor said I could redirect after the cross-examination.
Camille is the deal. Look at him, man. He laughing. Camille is the deal. They feeling good. Kill it. She got to kill that lean. She on that lean in the courtroom. Hey, bitch, let me see that water bottle. Bailiff, get, bailiff. Hey, what's in that water bottle? Ain't nothing pink in the water bottle. What is that? We can't, ain't no drugs in the courtroom, bitch. Oh, Camille. Handling that old bitch. Bitch, you better not take another case like this, bitch. Playing with you up in this motherfucker. We ain't playing. Hit the likes. We ain't playing with you, bitch. We taking it serious. Your client trying to take down Jack Sparrow.
What, if anything, do you recall of Officer Sines' testimony in this case relating to your injuries and the property destruction?
I recall her saying that she didn't feel that the state I was in was enough of an injury to her, or wasn't injury seeming to her.
The officer looking at her. Bitch, bitch.
And what
you
about
in
the
here
property
married
damage?
to Jack
She
Sparrow
claims she
calling
did
the
not see any
police,
property
bitch.
damage, but I walked
Bitch.
with her over broken glass, so I don't know why she's saying that.
What, if any, interactions did you have with Alejandro Romero during the week?
Smoke
of May
splitter in the building.
I spoke to him briefly.
Objection, Your Honor, to the extent it calls for hearsay.
Overruled at this point. You spoke to him.
I spoke to him briefly in passing as I was entering, and maybe when I was exiting the building, but always when I was on my way out or in from being outside, meaning makeup. I had makeup on always, as I do.
Why did James Franco visit you on the evening of 5/22/2016?
Objection calls for speculation.
Do you
Man,
know?
this bitch just
Yes.
be getting high-powered
He
motherfuckers
was my
fucking
friend,
with
and
her
he lived
back
next
to
door,
back.
quite literally lived next door. And I had frankly exhausted my support network with my usual friends, and was happy to welcome as much friendship at that
just
time as I could
all
possibly
big
get.
dog motherfuckers.
Now, the video showed
All
him
big dog
laying his head on
motherfuckers
your
fucking with
shoulder.
this bitch.
Can you describe
Elon
to the jury
Musk.
what the interaction was, without saying what
That
was
pussy
said,
must
what
be
the interaction was
fire.
that led to that?
He, after seeing my face,
pussy must be
put his
Objection, Your
head on
Honor,
my
calls for
shoulder.
speculation.
That doesn't call for speculation. If she sees that he sees her.
He touched the side of my
I'll
face
sustain the
too.
objection.
And
Okay.
again, Your Honor, if we can instruct the witness
If
to...
you could wait till after the objection, please. All right, next
What,
question.
what did Mr. Franco do on the elevator before laying his head on your shoulder?
He touched the side of my face and responded to what he saw.
So she was fucking with James Franco on the side while she was a married woman.
We talked about the, you were shown
say
a
it ain't
bunch
so,
of
bitch.
newspaper headlines, and there was one in particular referring to sexual violence. What, if anything, did Mr. Waldman do to you relating to that article?
Objection,
hit
Your
the
Honor.
likes.
Lack of foundation calls for speculation.
What did he do to her?
Unintelligible? I don't understand the question.
Overruled, we'll see where it goes.
Let's see what this bitch trying to do.
He was carrying the paper that had that headline on it that he leaked and threw it at me at the UK trial. We were unfortunately sat kind of, actually literally next to one another with COVID spacing in between us, and he threw the paper down at me as he sat down with that on the cover.
And where was that?
In the UK, at the UK trial.
Objection, Your Honor, this is beyond the scope.
It's not beyond the
No,
scope.
overruled.
Thank you. Why did you tweet about the makeup and Mr. Waldman?
Because he was calling me a liar and a hoaxer, and that this was an elaborate hoax just to get Johnny.
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question. Next question.
Yeah, okay. I don't have any more questions, Your Honor.
All right.
That's it.
Ma'am, you can have a seat next to your attorney, okay?
Holding up the hand. Camille
You
just
can have a
like,
seat next-
bitch.
That's fine.
Camille. Camille like, yeah, bitch, it's
All right,
over.
ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take our afternoon recess then for 15 minutes. Do not discuss the case with anybody and don't do any outside research, okay?
God bless everybody. Tapped it in, man. It is up right now. Shouts out to everybody tapping in, man. Beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. Oh, man. I love this, man. Beautiful. Well, I'm glad
He's your
niggas
next witness,
could
a
tap
live witness,
in and
remote witness
watch.
for deposition.
Shouts out to everybody in the
Deposition,
chat
all
that
right, so we'll get the
just
TU
in
set
here
up for that,
vibing
and
with
let's
Boss
come back
Mac.
in at 3:30, okay? All right, thank you.
We're going to take a, you know, while they take a break, I'm just going to move around, shout out how you feel like it's going. Hey, I wanted to say this, man. The BossMackTopSoil feels like, I'm going to tell you, man, I feel like right now, the BossMackTopSoil feels like Johnny Depp has won. He's won this. I feel like he's won this thing, man. I feel like it's over. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I feel like it's over. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's over, right? But here's what I think though. I think they're gonna be like, I feel like they're gonna be like, he won. Let's give him 50, and then he gonna have mercy on a bitch. I feel like he gonna have mercy on a bitch, and he gonna be like,
the new best way to make money online that nobody's talking about is something you've never heard of before. It's using Audible. So these right here are real paychecks from Audible.
Commercials is going and shit. I feel like he gonna let a bitch off the hook. He gonna be like, as long as the world know that this bitch tried to do me, and he ain't gonna tax her. You understand me? But I would be like, I need everything. Let's tax a bitch. Let's that bitch. I would be like, you know what? I'm taxing the bitch. Bitch, I need all of mine now. You feel me? I need all of mine now. Eric 310, what's good? What's good? Tapping in, Eric 310. Yeah, man. You know, it's really like a continuation of yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Camille is the deal, handling this bitch out here. You know what I'm saying? Camille out here handling a bitch. You know, yeah, Camille out here handling a bitch. But, you know, Amber kind of scrapping a little bit because I feel like Amber homegirls was like, bitch, you better get your ass in there and go a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? You let that little Mexican get famous off of you. She famous now because of you. You understand me? You better not just fold up in there. You got to go in there and fight a little bit harder. So that's what I think we seeing. I think we seeing Amber trying to scrap. Get the likes up. Oh, appreciate that, North Films. I appreciate the birthday shout out. Hey, y'all really love a nigga. Put something on the Cash App. Nigga, hit a nigga. Nigga love $5 or something, man. You know what I'm saying? So nigga go get, you know, show some love to that BossMackTopSoil. Nigga, get a nigga some lunch or something. You understand me? Look out for a nigga. Yeah, fuck with me, man. You know what I'm talking about? We bringing that good game. Just dropped the podcast last night, man. This morning, man. Make sure y'all check it out. Talking about Freddie Gibbs getting hands put on him out there, man. Running his fucking mouth. Need to shut the fuck up, ass nigga. Fucking around out here, man. Type of nigga. Out here. Freddie Gibbs out here, man. Playing and shit. Freddie Gibbs out here playing. Freddie Gibbs out here playing too much with motherfuckers, man. That's like the second, third ass beating a nigga done got. You know what I'm saying? Let niggas just, you know. All right, let me see, man. Oh, it's a lot going on out there, man. How y'all niggas feel? Would y'all destroy a bitch once the judge come back and just say, hey, man, we're gonna go ahead and give you 50 M's? Would you be like, bitch, I need all mines now, bitch? Fuck that. I need all mines now. Oh shit, man. Let's see what Elon talking about, man. Elon is making my, man, I'm so happy I'm bracking on Twitter, bro. Like, I'm so happy, man, this motherfucker, man. I'm ready. Hey, how many of y'all motherfuckers want to see Donald back on Twitter? Put up a 1 if you want to see Donald back on Twitter. Put up a 1 if you want to see Donald back on Twitter. Put up a 2 if fuck Donald. I'm fucking with Donald, man. I want to see Donald back on Twitter. I don't give a fuck, man. I want to see Donald back on Twitter. Let me pull this shit up, see what he talking about. Elon, let's see what Elon talking about. What he talking about right here? Elon may be looking for a better Twitter deal, as 44 billion seems too high, with 20% of the users being fake. 20% of the users being fake or spam accounts. 20% fake spam accounts, while four times what Twitter claims could be much higher. My offer was based on Twitter's SEC filing being accurate. Yesterday, Twitter's CEO publicly refused to show proof. This deal cannot move forward until he does. Elon is a gangster. Damn. Now I'm sad, man. I thought niggas was doing it. Damn. That nigga exposing these motherfuckers, man. He exposing motherfuckers. McDonald's leaving Russia. You give a fuck? Do you give a fuck? McDonald's leaving Russia. Do you give a fuck? Who gives a fuck about that? Blessings, man. Make sure y'all tap in and check out the new podcast episode that's up, man, right now. Hey, shout out to the niggas that put up them 1s, man. Yep, I want to see Donald back on there, man. You know, Donald, if Donald go back on Twitter, man, Twitter is lit, bro. Twitter is lit. They probably ain't gonna let the deal go through because of that shit, man. Just because Elon said that shit, they probably like, man, we ain't letting you. You gonna let Donald back on there? We ain't fucking with you. Man, they gotta let Donald back on there, man. That just didn't even feel right, man. You know when the I don't know, man. I'm an old nigga, man, so I used to be fucking with the Source magazine, man. You know, I know y'all used to. Some of y'all niggas listening to me used to fuck with the Source magazine. And you know, the Source magazine, man, you know, man, we believed in the Source magazine. You know what I'm saying? You know, when they gave out that 5 mics, that was a big deal. The number of mics you got, that was a big deal, man. And then when niggas found out that was tainted, man, niggas found out niggas was buying mics and, you know, shit that was supposed to get 5 mics was getting 4 mics, and, you know what I'm saying, travesties in the culture was happening. You know what I'm saying? It kind of like made it seem like the Source didn't count, though. Like, you know, it's like Niggas ain't following the rules, like, type shit, man. This is all invalid. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the source, man, I remember when Nas got that 5 mics for Illmatic. I accepted that, you know what I'm saying? Niggas accepted that. Niggas was like, okay. But then, like, niggas, the Chronic, though, like, niggas just look backwards and be like, the Chronic got 4.5 mics? What the fuck, man? I was like, you know what I'm saying? That little old shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Then you find out Benzino behind all the bullshit, you feel me? Then you find out Benzino, you know what I mean? And then it just fuck up, man. That's kind of like how Twitter was to me. Like, you know, you just take Donald off of there because, you know what I'm saying, he popping and shit. Like, I ain't like that, man. I didn't give a fuck about none of that inciting riot type shit, man. I'm just like, yo, man, motherfuckers got to be responsible for themselves. Icon Lots, what's up with it? Yo, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, if Donald get on Twitter and say, hey, man, jump off a building, if you go jump off a building, nigga, that's on you, man. What the fuck, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get Donald back on Twitter, man. Fuck. So Twitter could be lit. Twitter was lit with Donald. All right, let's see what's bracket, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, tap in, check out that new episode. Want to say, Mac Miller. How many of y'all niggas fuck with Mac Miller? They say Mac Miller's a drug dealer. The nigga who sold him the fentanyl. They say the nigga that sold him the fentanyl got 17 years. 17 years for selling the fake pills, man. That's all. I don't even know how. I'm amazed at motherfuckers. That just go to show, man. I'm just amazed at how motherfuckers lotto. They lotto high, man. How niggas just don't know lotto. Fuck it, man. Give me that pill, man. I appreciate that. I don't even know if we got this up on the stove. This bitch relaxed colorway. We gonna get that up on the stove today, man. I don't even think I got this one up there right now, man. This was some shit. This was some shit a nigga made up just, you know what I'm saying, for like the other day, man, we was doing a pop-up, man, just to be at the pop-up, man. Just wanted to bring out some summary type of shit for niggas, you know what I'm saying? You know, for real. Joe Blast, what's up with it? M. Keller. Yeah, for sure. Hit the like button on the way up in this motherfucker. Get the likes up. Nigga ain't even at 20 likes yet. Get the likes up, man. Niggas be struggling. Nigga be struggling out here, man. The likes up. Hold on right quick. Hell yeah. We in here, man. What's up with it? Yeah, man, you know what? I'm thinking about getting a Patreon going, man. I've been saying that, man, but then I was looking at this other I was looking at motherfuckers fucking with locals too, man. I don't know, man. Hey man, you know what? I ain't even trying to be shitting on you, bro, but I don't even know, man. I'm gonna have to go look that up my damn self. You know, I be finding shit. And sometimes, man, them shits don't even be having no fucking name, man, cause niggas be having beats. Niggas be posting beats with no names and shit. You feel me? But I'm gonna try to figure that out for you, man. And since you pressing it so hard, they really fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to press and find out what's good with that, man, because I get it, man. I feel you, man. That one didn't even affect me like that. I feel you though. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that one some more, man, because you man, niggas is really fucking with that. I'm gonna have to bring Christine back on this motherfucker too, man. That bitch, man, she wanna do a true crime. She wanna do a true crime podcast while blowing kush. She a bad bitch, man. I fuck with her. She boo. But yeah, man. Let me see where we at. Let's see if they back up. Let me see if they back up. Let's see if they back. Hit the Cash App. Show love too, man. Show love. Let me see. Back. They're about to start. Okay.
Right. Good morning again. Have you had any communications with Ms. Hurd at all, including text or emails or otherwise, in connection with your preparation for this deposition?
No.
Have you had any? When's the last time you spoke to her?
April of last year. April or May.
Wait a minute.
Almost a year ago.
Mr. Wright, when did you first meet Ms. Hurd?
Here we go.
I met Amber in
the
end of 2011.
Yeah, I got PayPal, man. Yep, we got PayPal, man.
In Los Angeles.
And what were the circumstances of the meeting?
PayPal link is in the description, I think.
A friend was introducing us to each other so that I could photograph her for a large portrait series that I was doing at the time.
And what was your profession in 2011?
I was a photographer and I worked for the New York Times, I think. I don't recall exactly everything, but...
In 2011, you were both a photographer and separately worked for the New York Times as a freelancer.
I worked for the New York Times as a journalist and photographer.
And what is your profession today?
I'm a writer and a producer.
And between 2011 and through the present, have you had any other professions other than photographer, writer, or producer?
Yes.
And what are those?
Hit the like button on the way in.
A television show or two.
Oh, okay. Let me see what's
made
good.
Some podcasts. I wrote 2 other books. 2 books. 3 books. 3 books. I've written 3 books. A number of things. I don't know. There are more things But I've always been a multi-hyphenate person. To the best of my recollection, we initially met at a mutual friend's house, which I think I already stated. That friend is also an actor and had met Amber at the Children's Hospital while they were both volunteering, and knew that Amber had done quite a bit of LGBT activism, and mentioned my project to her, and then invited her over to the other friend invited Amber to her house so that we could all meet, and Amber and I discovered that we liked the same books and we liked psychology, and just, you know, laughed and had fun that night. And then I asked her if she would participate in the photo project, I think, or somebody did, and she said yes. A couple of days later, I went to the house that she was staying at and I photographed her for the project. And then thereafter, I went back to New York where I lived. And I remember her texting me and saying that she was shooting a movie in New York and did I want to get lunch. So we got lunch and we became friends.
Okay, please walk me through that.
We met in 2011. We started becoming friends soon thereafter. Very early in 2013, I came to LA to spend a couple of months with my then, I don't know if she was my girlfriend or my fiance at that point, but the person that I was in a relationship with, in a very serious relationship with. And during the time that I was in LA, I spent more time with Amber. We both spent more time with Amber. And I was introduced to Johnny. And the summer of 2013, I ended up moving to LA, during which Amber and Johnny and I got even closer, very close.
Got it. All right.
And,
I was looking for that.
We remained close, the three of us, for 2-ish years. And then all of this happened, this nightmare, and Johnny and I stopped being friends, and Amber and I stayed friends.
Hit the like button.
Amber and I were friends until the date that I told you that we last spoke.
And at some point in time, did you live on the same property as Johnny Depp and Amber Heard?
Yes.
And when was that?
It was August 2013 until, I believe, June 1st of 2014. I moved into my own house, so 9 months.
And why is it that you left that property, left living there?
Because I didn't want to live for free in someone's property, and I wanted to have my own house and support myself.
And for how long after that did you stay close with both Johnny and Amber?
I stayed close with both of them. I don't remember. It was sometime in 2015, I think. Late 2015, maybe. Johnny and I were no longer... I think the period when I really stopped considering Johnny a friend of mine was December of 2015.
Okay. Well, let me ask it this way. You never saw Mr. Depp assault or beat Ms. Heard on any occasion, correct?
That's correct. I just would like to clarify, Mr. Preciado, that's a question you already asked me, so you're asking me the same question again about whether or not I witnessed Mr. Depp assault Ms. Heard?
That's right.
No, I have not witnessed that.
Let me ask it this way then. Have you ever personally seen Mr. Depp assault or beat Ms. Heard on any occasion?
No.
Now, back to this same paragraph. where it says, my experience of Johnny during the time that we were close, from 2013 through 2015, was that he could be incredibly kind, generous, and loyal. Can you give me examples of his kindness, generosity, and loyalty during that period of time?
Johnny, when sober, was lovely and magical and very funny.
It's all good.
Johnny, when sober, was incredibly lucid and imaginative, and I felt a kindred connection with him and a shared perspective on the world that I've shared with very few people in my life.
Yo,
Johnny, when sober, understood how much influence he had over people, and
yeah, we gonna have Boogaloo in here, man. We just getting
kind to them about it and generous with talking to them about whatever came up. And he was also, when sober, very
man. Boogaloo gonna be in here, man. I had to get my live game right before I start.
For people's nervousness.
Before I start bringing a lot of motherfuckers back in, man, my live game is still kind of sloppy. We just now got like a good live game going. So now we're going to bring them in. Because I can't be having them bring in real motherfuckers.
Rotation
and then I fumble the live game, and then we look bad. We got to look good.
Or stay somewhere else, who he would let and enjoyed having in those houses, which I find to be generous.
In the next paragraph, paragraph 6, you refer to Mr. Depp's struggles with respect to OxyContin. You say that in late 2013, after dental surgery, he became hooked on OxyContin. Did you ever experience him while he was on OxyContin?
Yes.
Oh,
and
man.
While he was on OxyContin, did you ever experience him to be mean or vicious?
Who was this nigga?
I can't answer that with any accuracy because I don't know whether or not the times that I did see him be mean or vicious, he was also on OxyContin.
In paragraph 5, where you say that he could be incredibly mean and vicious, especially when he was drunk or high. When you refer to drunk or high, what substances are you referring to?
The substances that
Johnny took his glasses off. Look at that, Johnny. Johnny focusing on this motherfucker.
And hard liquor.
Thanks, bro.
Ecstasy.
Thanks, bro. I'm gonna check for that.
Mushrooms. Wine.
Mushrooms ain't bad though. Like
the immediate ones that jump to mind. Cocaine and any kind of alcohol would bring out a very, very ugly side of him. Very misogynistic and cruel and other things. And when he would take any kind of psychedelic like ecstasy or MDMA, he would become paranoid. When he would drink alcohol, he would become paranoid. Yeah, I think that I answered your question.
motherfuckers become paranoid on alcohol. I thought motherfuckers become bold and belligerent.
Did you ever have cocaine with
do
him?
Shit that they don't do with confidence.
Were there any drugs or
talk reckless to bitches and do all kind of shit?
Took with him?
I don't smoke marijuana. I don't do cocaine. For the entire period that I knew Johnny and thereafter, I did not drink alcohol. There was I think 1 week period during the peak of my breakup, during which Johnny offered me some pain pills to get through the intensity of that situation, and that was the only time that I took any substances for 3.5 years. No, that's not true. That was the only time that I took any substances with Johnny. And yeah. All the other things.
Johnny is like, this motherfucker right here gonna stab me in the back for this bitch. Look at Johnny. It's like, this motherfucker. See, giving him a manly look. See, Johnny take the glasses off like, nigga, you motherfucker.
You were not also either drunk or
this motherfucker.
Your testimony.
My testimony is that during the entire period that I knew Mr. Depp, I was never drunk or drinking or consuming alcohol at all. My testimony is that for a 1, maybe 2 week, possibly 2.5 week, I don't remember, period, on a sporadic occasion, I took some pain pills that Mr. Depp offered me to get through an extremely
he looked like one when I look at him.
When I witnessed Johnny doing cocaine, I was not drunk or high. Other occasions that I witnessed Johnny drinking, I was not drunk or high. There was a very narrow window during which I was taking some mind-altering pain pills for a very brief period, during which I witnessed Johnny drunk and high.
Did you ever witness Miss Amber Heard drunk or high?
Yes.
And did you ever witness her drink alcohol?
Yes.
Objection. Did you ever witness her ingesting cocaine?
Are you asking, like, ever in the history of time have I ever witnessed Amber ingest cocaine?
That's the first question.
Hell yeah.
The answer is no.
Oh, come
Amber
on,
was
man.
vehemently against cocaine.
Come on, man.
Did you ever witness her smoke marijuana?
No. Marijuana is not her drug.
What is her drug?
I haven't spoken to Amber in a year, but as far as I know and have known her for the last 11 or 12 years, Amber doesn't have a narcotic of choice.
Have you seen her ingest ecstasy?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
How many times have you seen her ingest ecstasy?
I can think of one instance in particular when she took it for her birthday, like a celebration.
Hey, blessings. Blessings.
Wasn't.
Do you recall what year that was?
An event.
Other than the narcotics and alcohol that I've
shouts out for that Pay Pal. I appreciate that for sure. I appreciate that, my nigga. Bless you, nigga.
Are you asking me if
I fuck with you? That's right.
What did you ask me about? Cocaine, ecstasy, and mushrooms.
Appreciate that.
I've witnessed Amber taking any other illegal narcotics, or are you asking me about prescription medications? Can you clarify?
Shout out Icon Locks. Appreciate that.
I don't know, but I don't actually think so, no.
Okay.
Amber drinks red wine when she's not training, or let me rephrase that. Amber, when I knew her, drank red wine.
So he don't fuck with neither one of them no more.
Fairly regularly, with the exception of when she was training for an acting role.
Have you ever witnessed Miss Heard intoxicated?
Yes.
And how often would you estimate that you witnessed Miss Heard intoxicated?
I don't know how to quantify intoxicated. If you're asking me how often I witnessed her drunk, is that your question?
Yes.
Amber's strangely immune to getting drunk unless she's really drunk a lot. So I didn't see her drunk very often. I saw her drinking often, but I didn't see her out of her faculties very often. Like, you know, I saw that a handful of times in the 11 years that I knew her.
And how would you describe how alcohol affects Miss Heard's personality based on your experience?
You know, it depends on the circumstance. If it was during a moment when she was celebrating, it would make her loose. Like if we were salsa dancing, then, you know, she would have fun and be fun and at a party and, you know, inebriated and dancing and having fun. If she was in a stressful situation,
you'll be
I
feeling
think it
that
would just
shit.
kind of exacerbate whatever the feeling of the moment was.
I'm going
Fuck
to
up the whole
ask
vibes
you
in
to
that
state your
motherfucker.
name for the record. Nobody has yet.
This is me.
All right, go
My
ahead.
name is Io Tillett.
Let's bring up Depp exhibit number 1 again, please. Mr. Tillett-Wright, you were asked some questions by Mr. Presidio. And I'm going to take you back up to the first page where you were asked some questions. And he started.
He
out
just
with,
looked untrustworthy. He looked unscrupulous.
You indicated you met Johnny Depp.
This is an
through
unscrupulous motherfucker right here.
and you hit it off immediately. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and then you explained to Mr. Presidio that you considered Johnny to be a close friend and you cared very much about Mr. Depp. Is that correct?
He became a close friend, and I did care very much about him. I still care very much about him.
All right. Could
See,
you please
that's that double talk
describe
lie shit
that
right there.
relationship that you had with Mr. Depp up until I think you said December of 2015?
Sure. Okay, Mr. Depp and I
Is he
first
gay?
met. Amber invited me over to his house with my then partner, girlfriend. I don't know if she was my fiance yet or not. In I think February of 2013, right at the beginning of 2013. And we all hung out, the four of us hung out in his house, in his living room, and just kind of talked and got to know each other. And it was sweet. I was mostly hanging out with Amber and kind of meeting this person. It was a trip to meet someone like that, you know, and see his house. And he was very friendly and very welcoming and very kind.
And now you hear snitching.
And then
Now you're
next time we saw each
snitching.
other was at Amber and I both like to do what we call family dinners. So we invite people over and cook for them and have a dinner party. And Amber did an elaborate family dinner at her house, and Johnny and I and my ex and Amber and I believe Whitney were there. I don't know if anyone else was there. I'm sure other people were there. I don't remember. And Johnny and I really connected at that dinner. We were sitting either opposite each other or just catty corner from each other, and I left feeling a very intense connection to him, and I was like, well, yeah, sure, everybody probably feels an intense connection to him because of who he is.
Facts, Lodge.
It's ridiculous. And then a couple of days later, Amber had another dinner, such a dinner at her house, and Johnny and I had another really good time and felt very connected and really laughed a lot and whatever. And at the end of the dinner, as I was standing to leave,
Motherfuckers be hoping they make the friend cut. They be like, did I make the friend cut?
I don't really know how to say this because it doesn't happen to me very often, but I think I love you. And I felt strange because I felt the same way. And I said, that's funny because I had that same experience after the last dinner party too. And then we joked about how crazy and ridiculous that felt. And we exchanged phone numbers, and then he texted me wanting to talk about Amber a couple of times, and I felt that it was like kind of violating her privacy. So I said that I was happy to be friendly with him and happy to
Oh, this shit weird right now, bro. This shit weird, bro.
I'm happy to give advice or to help you guys stay in concert with each other, but I don't want to violate anybody's privacy with the other one. And I think he really respected that and really liked that because he also values his privacy greatly. And then, I was in LA for a couple more months, and I don't know, I think maybe we hung out more during that period, I'm not sure. I don't remember if they came to New York during the next stretch of time or what happened, but basically by the summer, I came back to LA to write, and had a very bad breakup with that fiance, and was going through some things personally that Johnny, he was like, I recognize what's happening for you. It was like particularly bad anxiety-related, trauma-related things. And I didn't expect him to offer me any support around that stuff, but he just was like, wait, I see what you're going through. This is my experience of it. I have the same thing. And
why is he here right now?
Like, if you need anything, I'm here. And I was like, thank you so much. I didn't really expect that.
Yeah, man. It's weird. It's weirdo.
To be with my family for a couple days or maybe a week or something. And it was very painful to be there. And he had said, if it's painful to be there, just let me know and come back and stay here. And so I did. And I came back, and I originally was going to stay at Amber's house because she kept her apartment for a number of years while they were together, even though she stayed at his house a lot, that she paid for, etc. And she was, the person that I'd known longer, so I felt more comfortable being at her house. And then the consensus was that I should be closer to them. And so he said, oh, there's this house that's just sitting empty at the end of the street. Just stay there. And I was very hesitant because I didn't want to take advantage of him. And he was insistent, and he was very kind about it. And he said that he understood fully what having PTSD and anxiety could do, and that he wanted to help. So I went and I stayed there. And then that was, I'm guessing, in August of 2013. And then in September, I think, Amber went to England to shoot a movie. So I was there, and Johnny and I would hang out on our own. And Johnny doesn't have a ton of friends because he can't. And I would go up and hang out with him. We really enjoyed each other. We really liked each other. And so we would just hang out, on a daily basis, eat dinner or watch movies, and I'd hang out with his kids and got, very into a very sweet uncle, niece, nephew relationship with his kids, and they called me Uncle Io. And
Mr. Tillett-Wright, did you ever call Mr. Depp brother, or your brother, refer to him as your brother?
Yes, I did.
Now, I'm going to take you to paragraph 5 of Depp Exhibit number 1, and Mr. Presidio asked you about this paragraph as well. And at the end of it, you had said, and he could be incredibly mean and vicious, especially when he was drunk or high. What did you mean by that?
What I meant by that was, on a number of occasions, I saw, Amber or he, I think, also would ask me to come and help. He and I had more of a mano kind of relationship, and she and I had I was kind of the only person that would check either of them for a while, and so they would both ask me to do that with each other. So I saw him, for example, I remember there was a time when it was very late at night. I was down the hill, so I went up the hill, and he was outside by the pool with a glass of what I understood to be whiskey, and she was inside crying and very upset in the kitchen, I think. And then I went outside and talked to him for a long time. situations like that, or and he would say things. He said something to me that night that I thought, that night by the pool, where I thought, Jesus Christ, you know, things like, she's gonna, you know, all she's got is her looks, and, you know, she has no talent, and when her tits start to sag, and her face gets wrinkly, nobody is gonna be interested in her.
This is real.
For anything, and she better, like, figure out another way to survive and shit like that. Sorry, things like that. And I also witnessed him when Amber was in England. Marilyn Manson and Paul Bettany came over at one point, and there was a great deal of cocaine and alcohol involved. I witnessed them doing together. I don't specifically recall if Mr. Bettany did or did not partake in cocaine, or really much of anything except things that he said and his personality.
Oh, salute to Isaac Moore, man. Appreciate that 5, bro. Good looking out, man. I appreciate that.
What, if anything, did Mr. Depp tell you about his struggles with drugs and alcohol?
And we sat on the couch and he told me a number of things. He told me about his childhood. He told me about growing up in Kentucky. He told me about growing up very poor and how his mom was verbally and physically abusive. He told me that when he was very, very young, like 13 or something, he started drinking and taking drugs, I think, or at least drinking quite heavily. He was even kind of like, yeah, it's crazy, I know, but I've been doing it my whole life. I'm built like a tank. And so that was kind of the nature of the conversation. And he told me that he had struggled with ever not drinking or ever not doing drugs. And he also told me that he didn't particularly enjoy being sober, but that, you know, people around him were very concerned. He was very, very concerned with his children, and he would express shame or regret about times that he had
Joe
been
Blast, God bless my nigga.
to the point
I
of falling
appreciate
down,
that, my nigga.
embarrassing himself, you know, urinating on himself, things like that, when his children were around, and that he was very grateful to the people who had kind of shielded them and whisked them away. And he told me that in his relationships with previous women, his drug and alcohol use had been an issue, but that he just didn't really like life sober, and that it was too painful to be alive without
How much is this motherfucker getting to say this, man?
He also told me that he had experienced great bouts of jealousy in relationships that had also led to a lot of drinking and a lot of rage activities. He told me that happened with Winona. He told me that happened with Kate and Winona Ryder and Kate Moss. He told me that had happened with Vanessa Paradis.
Mr. Tillett-Wright, what, if any, observations did you make about Mr. Depp abusing OxyContin?
Over the course of those 2 years, Mr. Depp told me verbatim that he was addicted to OxyContin. And I have a text message from him where he expresses that it's extraordinarily hard to kick.
Snitching! And if it ain't snitching, it's adding on a snitching.
To me verbally many times as like the hardest thing that he's ever tried to kick, which he's tried to kick most things. He said it was harder than heroin. So he was very open and verbose about OxyContin, having gotten addicted to OxyContin.
So, what, if any, observations did you make about Mr. Depp smoking cigarettes and joints, marijuana?
Mr. Depp, as far as I could see, always had a cigarette or joint in his mouth.
That's everybody. That's everybody.
To the point where I was confused about how he could function. He also showed me his marijuana closet that had, I don't know, tens and tens of pounds of weed in it.
What, if any, observations did you make
everybody.
while you were staying at Sweetser?
Daniel J, what's good? What's good, people? What's up?
2014, with respect to the type of alcohol and the amount of alcohol that Mr. Depp was consuming?
When I saw Mr. Depp drink, it was...
Is this some already edited shit?
I believe it was whiskey and gin and tequila, maybe. Could also be vodka. I don't know. He had a full bar in 80, the house that they, with his recording studio in it, that they mostly stayed in. So, I know whiskey for sure, and there was also red wine, a lot of red wine.
And when you talk about the whiskey and the red wine, how much did you observe Mr. Depp consume on any given occasion of those?
I don't know. The one occasion I know specifically was the one that I mentioned before during the argument where he suddenly had a glass of whiskey. And I remember it being like, I remember clocking, because I grew up counting people's drinks, I remember clocking that it was a very large pour in the glass of whiskey.
If you recall those, I think my
that shit
question
edited.
was, what, if any, observations did you make, or did Mr. Depp ever tell you about him blacking out?
Mr. Depp was very open with everyone that he was a heavy user. And he told me about, I know there was one instance where he had this very large house property. So if Sweetser Avenue goes like this, the house that I was staying at, 76, is down here, then there's 78, which is right here, and then up here is 80, and then across the street, I guess, is 82. And 82 is a very large compound. So he and I were staying, I was at 76 or up at 80, and then 82 they lived in for a brief period of time. And he told me about
Johnny
vanishing into 82, into the property, into the because it was very lush and a lot of trees, and went up quite far up the hill. And he told me about kind of blacking out and going in there. On one instance, he told
Johnny
me,
looked like this is burning him.
I know that
this is burning Johnny.
Australia, he had blacked out, but he also told me that he fucked up, so I don't know. In terms of specific blackouts, there were a number. I think he said on the plane, he said that he didn't remember what had happened.
What, if anything, did Mr. Depp say to you about whether he wanted to become sober and clean?
Mr. Depp expressed to me that he wanted to get sober for Amber, that he didn't enjoy being sober, that it wasn't fun, and that it was distressing and exhausting, and very hard to do. He really resented having to be
How much
sober.
is he getting paid to say this? How much is this testimony worth?
He didn't want to be.
Do they get to
And what, if
cross-examine this
anything, did
nigga?
Mr. Depp say to you about his perception of Amber's role in him becoming sober and clean?
he expressed a number of times that he felt like she was his leash and she was holding him back from doing what he wanted to do in terms of substances and alcohol. I just want to go back to another incident that I remember he told me he blacked out was on the island. He went to the Bahamas. There were 2 different instances. One was, I guess, like they had only recently met, and he told me that he passed out face down in the sand while his kids were there, and that the staff had like whisked his kids away.
How you remember so much detailed information like this, man? Goddamn, man.
Use the term monster. What do you recall him saying about that?
And the language that ended up being kind of settled on was that there was a side of him that was the monster, and that it was not who he was, but it was something that lived within him that he had to battle. And the language that he always used was that of battle and battling the demon, battling the monster. So that the monster, he would say things like, the monster will not win. I will not be that type of man, I don't want to be that type of man or husband. I don't want to hurt. He would call her Slim, our Slim, our girl, referring to all of her friends and him and her and I. Yeah.
What, if any, observations did you make of Mr. Depp, both in terms of physical as well as temperament, when...
How much is he getting paid to say this?
Mr. Depp would drink and or take drugs. He would get very mean, very surly, very paranoid, extremely paranoid. He would weave these elaborate situations in which Amber was having affairs with every man that she ever worked with and every woman she ever came in contact with. He became very demeaning. Johnny is incredibly intelligent, incredibly smart and witty, and he would point his jokes at people, Amber's appearance, her talent.
He would say real shit.
Talent as he perceived it.
He would say real shit.
Why he thought that she was actually famous, which he always implied was just because of her looks. Because he thought that everyone wanted to have sex with her. And he would insult his fans. He called them, I remember he called them remoras, which is a type of sucker fish that attaches itself to the tail of the ship and puts a hole in it and
remora ass bitch. I remember I said remora ass bitches. Remora ass.
Rail against his mother and his sister, sisters. Pretty much, anyone that he felt had crossed him or could cross him, he became very nasty about.
What, if anything, do you recall?
You gotta watch y'all motherfuckers. He know all y'all motherfuckers is some treacherous
his mother
motherfuckers.
And comparing his mother to Amber.
Mr. Depp told me that his mom was viciously cruel to him during his upbringing.
What I said?
And that she was also viciously, violent.
He lived under the tyranny of a sour bitch.
With his siblings and with his father.
His mom's a sour ass bitch.
Her, pardon my language, as a bitch and a cunt. A lot. And he seemed to kind of compare them in the sense that he said at one point, something to the effect, I threw it here actually. I already have a mom who was a bitch to me. I don't need another one in my life. there was a fair bit of that kind of like, you know, my mom's been awful enough to me already. I don't need another woman who's gonna also be awful to me.
What, if any, discussions did you have with Johnny about the fights he had with Amber?
We had a lot of discussions about his fights with Amber.
What do you recall?
In the very beginning, he expressed that she made him feel crazy, that he was so in love that it made him feel crazy. The very first time,
You have so much
that I mentioned
detail. He
September
knows so much.
2013,
A man that knows. I don't
he
know
and
this
I
much
were
about my
alone
people.
together.
None of my homies.
He expressed that he thought that she was cheating on him and sleeping with her co-stars in England on the films. And I said to him, or in the film, and I said to him, listen, you know, I know her, I think, pretty well, and I talk to her a lot, and I think if she was having an affair, I would be one of the very few people that she would tell about it, and I don't hold secrets or lies for anybody, and I would tell you if that was happening so you could make your own decisions. But as far as I know, that's really not the case, and I think that she's really in love with you, and I think that she also
Damn, he
agreed
knows so
that
much.
you are having affairs because both of you are used to being sex symbols on Earth, and both of you need to just accept the fact that you're really in love with each other and lean in and be together and love each other. And he told me that sometimes his jealousy would make him feel crazy and outside himself, and that he had to get it under control, and that it would cause them to fight, to be specific in regard to your question. He told me about the fight that they had the time that I went up there. Are you asking for specific instances, or are you asking about the nature of their fights?
No, I am
Salute,
asking for
Tyrone.
what he told you about
Blessings,
their
man.
fights in
Blessings.
specific instances, yes.
Appreciate
So
that
to
shit,
continue
man.
With what I was saying from before,
Appreciate that dub, man.
told me about the fight
100. For real, for real.
in the middle of the night, when I was living down the hill at Sweetser, when I mentioned that I saw him with a heavy pour of whiskey. I went outside to the pool and spoke to him, and he told me about the argument that they had and that she gets mean during fights, and that it really hurts his feelings, and that he then lashes out at her, and that, you know, she called him old, and he then calls her soon to be ugly, and talentless, and that they get really ugly with each other.
Everybody saying real shit.
He told me about a fight that they had. We went to England that September. It was Whitney's birthday, I think. Amber's sister, Whitney. And Amber was stuck working. My birthday, Raquel's birthday, and Whitney's birthday, the three people who she was the closest to, all have birthdays in September. Raquel's just before the end of August, whatever. We're all Virgos, and she couldn't be with any of us on our birthday, so we all went to England to surprise her. And during that trip, Johnny proposed to her, and they then, I'm pretty sure that night after the proposal, got in a huge fight, which they both told me about separately.
What
and
the
he
fuck?
said, I'm pretty sure that he trashed.
He
the
just
hotel room.
he know way too much, man.
I spoke to him after. I went and talked to him after their fight on the plane.
So that's the Boston, LA plane incident. Is that right?
Damn, he just knows so
So
much
Mr.
to
Kelly,
not be.
I'm going to ask
He
you
not bull with
about
nobody.
The Boston, LA,
But he know
flight,
everything. He
incident.
know
You talked
everything.
about it a little bit earlier, And you
Oh,
just said
he
now
must
that
be.
you
He must
spoke
be
with
still
Mr.
bull
Depp
with
about
Amber.
it.
I'm tripping.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Well, nah, he might
What
not
do
even-
you recall of your discussion with Mr. Depp about the Boston plane incident that happened in May of 2014?
And I went upstairs to his bedroom,
Hey.
which was like blacked out, and I woke him up. I remember shaking his shoulder and saying to him, "Hey, buddy, like wake up," which was not something that a lot of people did to Johnny, wake him from his slumber. And he woke up, and we had a conversation about what happened on the plane. And he didn't really remember being on the plane. He didn't really remember getting off the plane. He didn't really remember much detail of anything, and he swore up and down that he was going to stop, and he was going to stop drinking and taking drugs, and he was going to never do it again. That was that incident.
What if any meetings related to
About 20
alcohol,
racks to do this. About
did you
20
and
racks.
Amber attend in this time frame?
I understand because we didn't go to many meetings. I took Amber with me to Al-Anon, which is it's like a sister program to AA for the family and friends and loved ones of
saying,
addicts
though.
and alcoholics, which I regularly
He had to get
attended.
paid.
So she came with me to a number of Al-Anon meetings, and she also had, I think, 1 or 2 phone calls with my dad's wife about how she dealt with helping him get off of his drugs and drink less. And she read a number of books about it. She was watching documentaries about it. She would listen to any radio show she could get on, like anything she could get her hands on that would give her some tools for how to deal with this. She consumed in that period.
What, if any,
Hit the like
communications
button on the
did
way in,
Johnny
man.
have with you in this time frame about wanting to get back with Amber after the Boston plane incident?
We went to New York, and I remember we were staying at the Ace Hotel in Midtown. And Johnny started reaching out to me. He went eventually back to Boston to start filming again. Would have been in like the next day or 2 because we weren't there for that long. And
Hit the
he reached
like
out
button
to
on the
me
way up in
and
there, man.
basically
Show some
said
love to a
something
nigga.
to the effect of like, you know, I have to fix this. I will do anything that I can. And then while he was in Boston,
Do they
he let
get
me
to
know.
cross-examine
I think
this
he was
guy?
trying to reach Amber too, but she wasn't ready to talk to him. He let me know that he had engaged Dr. Kipper and that he intended, with every fiber in his being, to get sober, and that the nature of the conversation at that point was that he was going to beat this thing, you know?
Yes, please describe for me what transpired, what you discussed with Johnny and Amber relating to Australia in 2015.
After they were married in February.
This
and
motherfucker
they
just
moved to Australia in the spring.
memory so vivid. He remember every
I'm
damn
gonna interrupt you
thing.
just for a moment, and forgive me, I just want to keep it chronologically there.
Look at this bit.
You described earlier that you were present for the wedding, correct?
See,
In
she
February
knows she lost. This
2015?
bitch knows she lost.
Okay.
So she looking
and
at
you
Johnny
also
over there
had
like,
discussed,
I know you ain't gonna
about
just
Amber
tax me for
wanting
50
Johnny to
M's,
be sober
motherfucker.
for the wedding.
I know
What, if
you're not
any
gonna tax me
observations
for
did
50
you make
M's,
about
motherfucker.
Johnny at the ceremony and with respect to whether he was sober and clean?
You know, I don't actually know whether Johnny was. I don't think Johnny was drinking on the day of their wedding. I really don't actually think he was. Let me rephrase that. Before the ceremony on the day of their wedding. Because I was going back and forth between their respective like private preparation.
I don't know,
programs
but
when
like
we were
50
getting ready,
M's is on the
because I
line.
was technically her best man and his son Jack was his best man, but I wasn't one of the girls and felt more comfortable over there with them. But but I was helping all the girls. So I was running back and forth on this golf cart between, I was also taking pictures. I was one of two people who was friends with them that had worked as photographers, so I volunteered to take pictures. So I was very intimately with Johnny and Jack leading up to the wedding, and he wasn't drinking, I don't think. I don't remember seeing him drink.
And then let me ask you this. After the ceremony, as you were walking to the reception, what, if anything, did Johnny Depp say to you about Amber?
As we were walking back from the ceremony, we were coming into Cafe Los Cabrones, which is where the party was happening, and I was walking with Johnny and congratulating him that they pulled it off and that they did it.
Why was he always around and shit
said,
though? Like,
we're married now. I can punch her in the face and nobody can do anything about it.
So I'm going to now turn your direction to Australia, roughly a month later after the wedding. You weren't present in Australia with Amber and Johnny, correct?
That's correct.
I'm showing you what has been marked as exhibit number 3. Do you recognize anybody in this picture?
I do, yeah, myself and Miss Heard. I do, yeah.
Please describe what you see.
I see a number of long, thin cuts.
And what, if any, similarity are those to the ones you just described, having seen after Amber returned from Australia?
Amber is Hollywood.
Similar.
All right. And are they the same? Were they different ones?
I would have no way of knowing if they're the same or different ones, but they're similarly long, skinny cuts like the ones that I saw after she came back from Australia.
I'm going to show, Mr. Tillowright, I'm going to show you what has been marked as exhibit number 5. And it's a text message exchange. Do you recognize this text message number here below Arrow's Arc?
That's my old phone number, yes.
Okay, so does this represent a text message exchange between you and Amber Heard on 12/16/2015?
Yes, it does.
Okay, and I'm gonna start you at the top with the blue. It says, "I need you." Do you recognize who is sending that message?
Yeah.
Mr. Tillowright, I'm going to ask you to take a look at what has been marked as exhibit number 6. Do you recognize the person in this photo?
Yes, I do.
Please describe what you see.
Oh, he finna really.
I see Amber Heard, and I see an injury to Amber's scalp.
Okay. And what, if anything, do you recall about seeing anything similar to that when you arrived in December 2015 at Amber's penthouse?
I remember this being one of the injuries that I was shown when I arrived at Penthouse 3 of the Eastern Building on December 16th, 2016.
And does this picture that's marked as exhibit number 6 accurately depict what you recall seeing?
I remember this being one of, I think maybe 2 scalp injuries that there were. I remember there was another one as well, but I could be mistaken. I believe there was another one on a different part of her head as well.
Do you recognize the picture that is set?
How do you know Johnny did it though?
7?
Like,
yes, I do.
Please describe for me
how we know Johnny did it though?
what is depicted in this picture that you recognize.
This was a picture of Amber's scalp.
And does this accurately depict what you saw when you were shown it, as you testified earlier in December 2015?
Yes, it does.
Mr. Tillowright, I'm going to show you what has been marked as deposition exhibit number 8. Do you recognize this picture?
Yes, I do.
Please describe what's depicted there.
This is Amber Heard's face with a very swollen lip.
And does this accurately depict what you observed when you arrived at Amber Heard's penthouse in December 2015?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what
He
has
know
been marked
exact
as
date
deposition
that
exhibit
was.
number 9. Do you
Damn.
recognize this picture?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Please describe.
This is the clump of hair that I was shown, I believe, when I arrived at Penthouse.
Corroborating the shitty evidence.
2015.
And does this accurately and genuinely
So I guess
depict
Team
the
Amber
scene
casting.
that you recall seeing?
He got cast by Team Amber.
Now,
Team
Did-
Amber.
what if any plans was there
He's corroborating.
as of December 16, 17 of 2015 for Amber to be spending Christmas with Mr. Depp and his kids? Do you recall?
Taking the pictures down.
Paying.
Yes, I do recall.
Team Amber playing
there was a plan
dirty.
for Johnny and Amber and Lily Rose and Jack and
Team Amber playing
Raquel
dirty.
and her boyfriend or fiance at the time, Josh, to go to the Bahamas. Oh, and Raquel's mom and Amber's parents to go to the Bahamas and spend Christmas on the island together.
Come on, give me the 30 likes, man. Help a nigga get 30 likes.
Mr. Tillett, I'm going to ask you, what, if any, conversations did you have with Johnny Depp about the December 15 incident?
I don't think that I don't know that he and I had a direct conversation about it. I'm not sure if he and I had a direct.
So what, if any, I'm going to show you, Mr. Tillett, what has been marked as deposition exhibit number 16. It's a text message exchange.
So he ducked off somewhere. How he gonna get cross-examined, man? How this gonna go?
Yes, I do. It's a text exchange between me and Amber Heard about a video that she sent me.
Okay. Now, it starts out, hi, Steve left me a voicemail at 5 a.m.
Shout out Dubois
And
Burnell.
that's from you, correct?
And
That's correct.
Do you remember what the voicemail message was?
Armani.
Yeah. Yeah. Johnny called me at 5 in the morning and left me a voicemail.
Yeah, man.
In the character
This is a little
of,
damaging
some
motherfucker,
kind of
ain't he?
Management of like
feel
a
me?
property manager.
That's why I'm wondering if they
said
get to
something
cross-examine
about,
this
yes, hello, this is
motherfucker, man. I know he don't get to
management
just come out here and just say what he want to say and go away.
What he said, but it was something to do with,
I know it's a
like,
tape and shit, but
we
I
have a
man, he
situation
just
that we
get to
need
go
change
away.
out the something, and it was just
Come on,
a
man.
lengthy, just off the wall nutbag ramble in the character of management.
Mr. Tillett, I'm going to show you what has been marked as exhibit number 17, and then Alex, I'm going to ask you to play this.
Salute. Shout out to everybody tapped in. Oh. Wait, what?
What happened?
Okay. He got on his hat. Why she? Oh, sneaky bitch filming some shit. Sneaky bitch. Sneaky bitch. Look at her. Oh, God. This bitch. Look at you. Oh. This should get out the way. This should get out the way. Oh, she is a dirty bitch. Oh, my God.
Nothing happened this morning. You know that?
Oh, man. Dirty bitch.
Nothing happened to you this morning.
Dirty bitch.
You're right. I just woke up and you were so.
She just get the camera angle.
We were not even fighting this morning.
Yeah,
All I did was say
Did
leading.
something happen to you this morning? I don't think so.
You know what I'm saying, man? Probably some money. Oh, this
No,
dirty
that's the
bitch.
thing.
You want to see crazy? I'll give you fucking crazy.
Dirty bitch.
That's crazy.
Look how she moved the
Oh,
top.
crazy.
Dirty bitch. Oh, this
Drunk or
dirty
something
bitch.
this morning?
Oh, look at the
You got this going.
dirty bitch.
Really?
Dirty bitch. He just now saw the camera. He just dirty bitch.
No, I didn't. You were smashing shit.
Dirty bitch. Dirty bitch. Oh, this is a dirty bitch. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, you sneaky, dirty bitch. I ain't never seen that shit before.
Thank you, Alex.
But I know that's a dirty bitch. Johnny was not, Johnny to me didn't do nothing wrong in that video. All I saw was a dirty bitch.
Was that the
That's
video
what I
that
saw.
Amber sent to
Dirty
you on
bitch.
text
And
message
you are a
exchange
friend.
on February 10th, 2016?
You know,
Do you recall
you're on the wrong side of
watching that
history,
video
bro. But I know
on
you had to get
February
yours.
10th,
I know you had to get
2016?
your bread. How much y'all think he got? I say Amber shot him.
So I'm going to take you to
He really
21
fucked
May
himself up. She had to
2016.
give him 100.
What
She had to
do
give him
you
100.
recall with respect
100?
to a telephone call you received from Amber?
She shot him a hundo to get up in the fire like this on TV, ruin him in himself. He, you know what I mean?
I was there visiting family. I was in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. I was
Hey,
walking
man.
down Manhattan Avenue, and I got, I believe, a text message from
I don't
Amber
know.
that
This
said,
ain't as bad.
Can you talk? And
This
so I
ain't as bad as
called,
the J. Well,
and I was walking down the street as this happened.
this, I don't know if this is.
She put me on speakerphone,
Well,
so I was talking to both of them. He just stopped by to pick up some of his stuff.
I guess it is, though.
And
I guess it
he
is.
has a theory that he, either he wants to ask you about, or and I said, okay.
She pushed it through fast.
Hello, Johnny, like, and he.
See, she just pushed it through and got to the
He
bread.
said or she said, Johnny thinks that you and I together
Jada will worse.
defecated on his pillow.
Well,
I think the words were used were shit on his pillow. So I started laughing, and I was laughing, she was laughing, and when I realized that he was serious, I was like, okay, look, first of all, I wasn't there that day. And so he got very agitated by the fact that she and I thought it was funny. And he started to get...
They thought it was funny. They thought...
and more
that's
agitated. And like,
okay.
Walk away.
They thought it was funny to shit on a nigga pillow.
I heard like a...
To shit on a pillow is funny.
And then the phone dropped.
I ain't trying to be tripping on white people, man, but I ain't never heard. You feel me? Like, is that some white humor? You shit on the pillow. That's funny as shit. I'm just saying though, like somebody help the boss man. He said him and the bitch thought it was funny. He shit on the pillow was funny.
I remember her screaming. And I hung up the phone and I called Raquel immediately because I know that she lives.
That's evil, man.
And
the way
boyfriend Josh, who's
the
a big
bitch set up the
dude,
camera
fastest.
was just show you how much contempt a bitch have
texted her right
for
away,
him. Like that's a man.
Called 911.
You live with that. That's living with you. You living with a bitch that just
in LA who I knew had met Amber a number of times, and I think I may have placed a second call to NYPD. Now I'm all frazzled and I don't remember, but I think I called NYPD.
Mr. Waldman made some statements in April and June of 2020 that quote, Amber Heard and her friends in the media used fake sexual violence allegations as both a sword and shield depending on their needs. They've selected some
Yeah,
of the
man, because he
sexual
fucking
violence
himself a certain type of
facts
way.
and
I
sword,
believe it's
inflicting
difficult.
them on the public and Mr. Depp. That was made on April 8, 2020. What, if any, impact did that have on Amber based on your observations?
Amber retreated. Amber became.
I think Amber's starting to know that she lost and just thinking about how
isolated.
She really need his mercy to not tax her for 50 M's. Like, she just like, I do not have 50
And then
M's.
on June 24, 2020, Waldman.
I think that's what we
Amber
seeing on
Heard
Amber
of
right there.
committing
Like,
a,
I
quote,
do not
abuse
have 50 M's.
against Depp.
What if he really want that
What were
50
your
M's?
observations of how this impacted him?
Oh my God, what am I gonna do?
Statement encompassed.
During the time that you were friends with Johnny,
He's gonna
you were speaking
take
to
everything
House
I
and Carol,
have.
You testified.
Oh my
December
God.
15. What, if anything, did Johnny Depp ever tell you about Amber Heard being physically violent to him?
Nothing ever at any point.
Do you agree with me that Mr. Depp and Ms. Heard had many verbal arguments?
Yes, I do.
And you were a witness to a lot of those verbal arguments, correct?
Is this the cross?
Some verbal arguments.
I think we're in the cross.
And did you ever hear Ms. Heard say anything mean to Mr. Depp in those arguments?
Yes.
And did you ever hear Ms. Heard say anything vicious to Mr. Depp in those arguments?
Yes.
That's the dude sitting next to him.
That when they argued, they were mean and vicious to one another in what they said.
I would categorize it very differently, sir.
Well, you testified that you heard Ms. Heard say mean and vicious things to Mr. Depp when they argued, and vice versa. Is that accurate?
Yes.
And although you witnessed arguments, verbal arguments between the two of them, where they exchanged mean and vicious statements, you never saw Mr. Depp assault or beat Ms. Heard on any occasion, correct?
Objection.
No, I never saw either of them physically assault the other one.
Did you ever experience him become violent as a result of or because of smoking cigarettes or joints?
As I've already explained to you probably 8 times, I've never seen Mr. Depp become physically violent with Ms. Heard. So if that's what you're asking me, if he smoked a cigarette and that made him violent, I think you know that that's ridiculous, and the answer is, again, no.
Have you ever witnessed Mr. Depp become violent in any manner on account of him smoking cigarettes or joints?
If you want my honest answer is that Mr. Depp mixed substances constantly, and I keep trying to tell you that. He mixed all
ain't even
kinds of
said all that
things together
shit. I love it. You
violent.
falling apart already.
So, and upset and paranoid. So, and I never knew what he had taken.
Emotional.
When you say when he got violent, when did you see him get violent?
I saw Mr. Depp throw glasses and dishware on at least 2 occasions, which I would characterize as physically violent. And do I know if he'd smoked marijuana or cigarettes? Before that, I don't know.
When were those 2 occasions?
Sometime during the time that I was living in Sweetser.
And
once at the Eastern Building.
And prior to throwing those dishes, did you witness him imbibing any drugs or alcohol?
I couldn't tell you, but seeing as Mr. Depp always was smoking cigarettes and marijuana, my assumption would be yes.
Okay. Do you recall when Miss Bredenhoff showed you a picture of a clump of hair on the floor?
Yes.
Okay. When you saw that, that was more than a day after it was allegedly pulled from her head by Mr. Depp. Is that right?
Well, if you want to get technical, my understanding was that their fight happened very late at night, which is technically the morning of the 16th. And I arrived at her house.
I didn't ask you all of that, motherfucker.
So technically,
I did not
it's
ask
more
you
than a day
all of
after.
that.
It's in the same 24-hour period. So technically, the answer to your question is no.
Okay. So I'm just talking about the hair on the ground that you saw. When you saw it, is it your understanding that it had been there for more than 20 hours?
I have no idea what time their fight started or ended, so I don't know if it was 20 hours or 16 hours or 13 hours. But my understanding, again, was that they had gotten into a fight sometime in the morning of the 16th / late at night on the 15th. I don't know at what point during that fight in which the clump of hair was ripped out of her head, but it happened sometime then and there. So yeah, sure. My understanding was that that clump of hair had not been moved since it was ripped out of her head.
All right, completes. All right, who's your next witness?
We have another video deposition, Raquel Pennington.
Oh, yeah,
It's
over.
a long one, so we can listen to some of it
All
tonight.
right, let's go ahead and
into-
start. Why don't we
Okay.
go ahead and start it today? At least get 30 minutes in, if we could.
That's
Okay.
fine, yeah.
All right.
And, Your Honor, just for your benefit and the jury's benefit, the questioning starts with Ms. Vasquez on behalf of Mr. Depp, and then I question Ms. Pennington at some point, which will probably be tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Can I please have you state your name for the record?
Raquel Pennington.
In what city and state do you currently reside?
Los Angeles, California.
You've been deposed before, right?
Yes.
And you were deposed in Ms. Heard's divorce proceeding for Mr. Depp, is that correct?
Yes.
Have you been deposed in any other matter?
No.
What was the purpose of the declaration that you submitted?
Hit the
during Mr. Depp
likes.
and Ms.
Give me the
Heard's
30 likes, y'all.
The purpose of the thing that I wrote, which I don't know if it was technically called a declaration or whatever it was to write down my account of events as fresh in my memory as possible.
And Ms. Heard asked you to write down your witness account, is that correct?
I do not remember, actually. I don't know.
Did Mr. Depp ask you to write down anything in support of any legal filings?
I don't remember.
So it's your testimony sitting here today that you don't remember one way or another, whether it was Mr. Depp or Ms. Heard that asked you to write down your witness account during their divorce. Is that correct?
I wrote down my account. That is the memory that I have. I wrote down everything as clearly as I
But
could
who though,
remember it,
like?
as soon as I could.
You provided a witness statement in the UK proceedings. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Do you recall how many witness statements you provided?
Just one.
And you provided this witness statement to the
She
sons
looks
of
worried
Charles?
now.
I don't know who it got provided to.
Did you testify in the UK trial?
Does she do drugs?
Yes.
And for which party did you testify for the UK trial?
I believe it was the publication.
And by the publication, you mean The Sun?
Yes.
When was the last time you spoke to Ms. Heard?
Perhaps 6 months ago, maybe more.
What did you and Ms. Heard speak about?
probably, it was before her baby was born. So we were mostly speaking about her baby at that point.
Did you speak to, when was the last time you spoke to Miss Whitney Heard?
Around
She up high.
October, November of last year.
And when you say last year, you mean 2021?
Yes.
When did you first meet Miss Amber Heard?
I believe it was 2003.
When you met Miss Heard in 2003, you developed a friendship. Is that right?
Yes.
Would you say you were best friends?
We became very close friends.
Your friendship with Miss Heard, it persisted through her relationship with Mr. Depp. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you were friends with Miss Heard through her divorce from Mr. Depp as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, they friendships be having a
Other
limitation.
than when you lived at the Eastern Columbia building, which we'll get to, did you ever live with Miss Heard?
Yes.
When was this?
2017? 2017 to 2018. Yeah.
Where did you both live?
We lived on Holly Drive.
Was that a home?
Yes.
And did you pay rent?
No.
Did Miss Heard?
Yes.
Sitting here today, do you still consider Miss Heard a friend?
Damn.
I wouldn't consider her not a friend.
What the fuck does
What
that
does that
mean?
We don't speak. We are not enemies.
Why don't you speak?
We grew apart.
Rhonda, can I put my question read back?
Yes. Sitting here today, you can't give me one reason why you grew apart from Miss Heard?
I wanted to spend more time with other people in my life and prioritize other relationships and other relationships.
Over the course of your friendship with Amber Heard, did you ever see her using illicit drugs?
Can you define illicit?
You know what I keep talking about.
Not
The fuck
prescribed.
you talking? Illegal drugs.
Yes.
Did you ever see her use cocaine?
Let me focus you, bitch.
Yes.
Yes.
How many times?
I don't know. A lot.
I don't know.
Countless?
No.
Less than 10?
Whoa.
Yes.
Less than 5?
Yes.
Ah, bit liar.
If you remember, when was the first time you ever saw Amber Heard use cocaine?
I don't remember.
Hey.
Did you ever do cocaine with Miss Heard? Amber Heard?
Yes.
Yes.
How often?
Every time we hung out, every time we
not often.
Was there a point in your relationship with using more cocaine?
No.
Did you ever see Miss Amber Heard use cocaine while she was in a relationship with Mr. Depp?
Yes. Yes. Goddamn, man. What the fuck? Bitch.
I don't think so, no.
Oh, bitch.
You know what Provigil is?
Yes.
Are you aware that Miss Amber Heard has taken a drug called Provigil?
That's
Yes.
that shit. Provigil is that shit.
No.
Do you know whether Amber Heard continued to take Provigil during her relationship with Mr. Depp?
Provigil is that shit, bro.
No.
Did
Provigil.
she ever tell you that she had stopped taking Provigil?
She never told me that.
Provigil is that shit. Get the likes up. They getting hot. They getting hot.
No.
That's that A.
Did Miss Heard ever tell you that she was experiencing any side effects as a result of Provigil?
Never heard of no bitches that
She
fuck
never
with
said
Provigil. You hear me?
You testified you saw Miss Heard use mushrooms less than 5 times, yes?
Yes.
Each of those 5 times, or less than, was she in a relationship with Mr. Depp?
Did you say each of the 5 times?
Right.
Not each of the 5 times.
How many times that you observed Amber Heard use mushrooms was she in a relationship with Mr. Depp?
Maybe 3.
You recall the specific occasions when you saw Amber Heard use mushrooms while she was in a relationship with Mr. Depp?
The first Coachella that we went to.
First one.
The second Coachella that we went to.
The second one. Tell we up. We up. We up. We up. We was out there. And the dirty white girls out there.
Maybe at Hicksville.
Oh, she smiling. She remember how up it was. Look at Amber. Look at Amber. She remembered how up it was. Amber was like, oh, it was up. It was up, bitch. It was up. We was lit down, bitch. We ain't homegirls no more, bitch. What happened, bitch?
I don't remember which month, but I did move into
Look
the
at Amber.
penthouse.
Amber remembering that shit. Damn, we was
Possibly in
out there.
2014.
We was out there. It was out there. She remember the whole shit they was doing. Damn, they ain't homegirls no more.
And Miss Heard at the time was in a relationship with Mr. Depp, correct?
Yes.
And it was Mr. Depp who invited you to live in one of the penthouses, right?
They both did.
When you say they both did, they both sit you down and invite you to live in the penthouses?
I don't remember how the invitation happened, but it came from both of them.
This was a penthouse Mr. Depp owned, right?
Correct.
And specifically, the one you lived in, it was referred to as Penthouse 1, right?
Correct.
And when you moved in, Mr. Depp gave you a master key to all the penthouses he owned, right?
It could have been one of his assistants.
When you say one of his assistants, you mean one of Mr. Depp's assistants?
Correct.
So either Mr. Depp or one of his assistants gave you a master key to all the penthouses that he owned, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Depp never charged Mr. Drew for rent while he lived at Penthouse 1, did he?
He did not charge him any rent, no.
Did either of you get physical?
No.
And how was this argument resolved?
We talked it out.
You recalled another argument with Ms. Heard at Holly House, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
What was this argument about?
I think that we were setting up for Thanksgiving, and we were looking for maybe some glasses or some.
This bitch strike me as a bitch that
and
she
couldn't find them anywhere.
She not.
And
She
then,
don't want to. She don't
finally
want to
found
take
them
her
because the
homegirl
garden
down.
booked, and
But she realizing
we started arguing about
the more
that.
she talks, she taking her homegirl
She thought that I
down.
wasn't looking hard enough, I think, and I told her that I thought that I looked there. Yeah, I think that's what their argument was about.
Was this just a verbal altercation, or did you get physical with each other?
Yeah, I believe that I pushed her.
See,
How
I
did
think
Ms.
she's a credible.
Amber Heard react to that?
She either pushed or hit me back. Yeah.
You know where she hit
I
you?
think Amber missed her
On my
homegirl.
cheek.
Do you recall any other physical altercations that you've had with Miss Amber Heard?
No.
Do you recall any specific instances when you saw Amber Heard get into a fight with someone else?
No.
Have you ever seen her wear hair extensions?
Yeah. Yes.
Did she have hair extensions in while she was in a relationship with Mr. Depp?
I don't know when exactly she had them throughout.
She don't know how these questions coming. She don't know what the fuck to
Mark
do.
as Pennington Exhibit 1, Ms. Pennington's witness statement in the UK proceeding, which is dated June 16th, 2020. Ms. Pennington, first and foremost, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Ms. Pennington, this is a sworn witness statement that you provided in the UK, right?
I understand. I wanted to get to the bottom and make sure that this was the one that I signed and saw the date, and that was the full document. I just finished it. Yes, this is the document.
Did you write
Get
this
it,
witness
get it,
statement
get the
yourself?
likes up to 30 likes. Look out for a nigga, man.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yes.
Thank you. Did anyone help you write this? Did Amber Heard help you write this?
No.
Caught her in a lie.
Did Amber Heard's counsel help you write this?
No.
Other than your attorney, did you speak with anyone about the preparation of this witness statement?
No.
Could please turn to the 10th page of the document where your signature is? Where your signature is?
Woo! Woo!
Is that your signature on the 10th page of this document, Ms. Pennington?
That is my e-signature, yes.
Are all the statements in this document true to the best of your knowledge and recollection?
A bit.
Yes.
I thought you said you didn't
You
see.
previously testified that you went on a trip to Hicksville with
you
Ms.
didn't
Heard,
see
Mr.
Ms.
Depp,
Heard
and some other friends. Is that
engage
correct?
in violence.
Yes.
Why?
Do you recall when this trip occurred?
Not off the top of my head.
Do you recall who else went on that trip?
Yes.
Who else was on that trip?
Whitney Heard, Nathan, who was one of Johnny's assistants, Brittany Eustace, Kelly Milano,
Anyone else that you can recall?
trying to remember.
Come on, bitch. You know who was there. Jog your memory. About to jog your memory back.
No, I don't remember anybody else.
Okay. Question.
Where were you all staying?
At Hicksville Trailer Park.
Oh shit, I gotta piss. Hold
Did
on.
you personally witness Mr. Depp become, quote, angry and aggressive, end quote, toward a friend of yours?
Yes.
Relative to where Mr. Depp was, where were you when this occurred?
We were around a campfire.
My question is a bit more specific. Relative to where Mr. Depp was when this occurred, where were you sitting or standing?
I was at the same campfire.
How close were you
In
to
a
Mr.
circle.
Depp?
6 to 10 feet.
What time of day did this occur?
Evening.
Had you consumed any drugs or alcohol at this time?
Oh man.
I think so.
What do you recall consuming at that time?
It's up.
I don't remember. Likely wine. I don't remember specifically.
Did you smoke any weed?
No.
Did you consume any cocaine?
No.
Yeah.
Had you consumed any mushrooms?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Had you consumed any MDMA?
No.
Who was the friend that you referenced Mr. Depp became, quote, angry and aggressive towards?
Kelly Sue.
How did you know her?
She was married to a work friend of mine.
Do you have any independent recollection of how long you had known Kelly Sue Milano by the time Hicksville occurred?
More than 1 year, less than 2.
What did you witness Kelly Sue Milano doing that evening before Mr. Depp became, quote, angry and aggressive?
I witnessed her hang out with the rest of the group.
Did you see her consume any alcohol?
Not that I remember.
Did you see her smoke any weed?
No.
Consume cocaine?
No.
Did you see her consume any mushrooms?
Maybe one. sore. I'm genuinely trying to remember.
Y'all all was shrooming. That ain't that bad,
I
though.
saw her eat some amount. I don't know how much.
Oh, she was off a couple capsules.
Did you see her consume any MDMA?
And
No.
and MDMA.
You testified that Mr. Depp said words to the effect of, quote, "get off my woman," end quote, to your friend. Is that right?
I testified that.
Did you personally hear Mr. Depp say that?
Yes.
Is this the, quote, angry and aggressive, end quote, conduct by Mr. Depp that you testified to?
Yes.
Other than telling Kelly Sue Milano to, quote, "get off his woman," end quote, what did you personally observe Mr. Depp do that was, quote, angry and aggressive, end quote?
That was what happened. Then I think Kelly and Amber were hugging on a chair out by the fire. He came out of nowhere, said that, and then
Yeah, bitch, you disrespecting, bitch. That's disrespect, bitch. What you mean? Y'all hugging? The fuck?
Other than hearing Mr. Depp say something to the effect of "get off my woman,"
Yeah, get
what
off
did
my
you
bed.
personally observe Mr. Depp do that was, quote, angry and aggressive?
Get off my bitch. What is y'all doing in here?
Did you hear Amber say anything to Mr. Depp?
I don't remember her saying anything.
Did you hear Amber Heard raise her voice when speaking to Mr. Depp?
No.
What, if anything, do you remember about Amber's reaction to Mr. Depp's behavior?
She was trying to comfort him.
This evening in Hicksville, did you ever see Amber Heard consume any drugs or alcohol?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see Ms. Heard drink any wine?
Yeah, I don't remember a specific time watching her take a sip of a drink.
Was she holding a drink?
I don't remember.
And this evening in Hicksville, did you see Mr. Depp consume any drugs or alcohol?
I didn't see any specific image in my mind of him consume.
Did you personally witness Mr. Depp, quote, in a rage, end quote, that Ms. Heard described?
Did I personally witness the rage in the trailer?
Yeah.
No.
Did you hear Mr. Depp yelling in the trailer?
No.
Did you hear Ms. Heard yelling in the trailer?
No.
Did you personally see that the trailer was, quote, trashed, as Ms. Heard described?
The next morning?
Yeah.
Yes.
What specifically did you see in the trailer?
That was trashed.
The thing I remember specifically was the light fixtures had been knocked off.
But you didn't see Mr. Depp knock off the light fixtures in the trailer, is that correct?
I did not see it.
So the only thing you know about what happened in that trailer is what Ms. Heard told you and your observations of the light fixtures being knocked off. Is that correct?
The only thing I know about what happened in the trailer is what she told me and what I saw the next morning.
And the only thing you saw the next morning was that the light fixtures had been knocked off. Is that correct?
That was not the only thing I saw. It is the specific thing I saw.
What else do you recall about the trailer?
It was in a general disarray.
What does that mean?
Was trash. It was torn apart.
What besides the light fixtures were thrown apart?
I've already told you specifically, I remember the light fixtures. The rest is a general disarray.
What is a general disarray to you, Ms. Pennington?
Stuff off the counters, cushions thrown around, things strewn about on the floor.
Did you see Ms. Heard shortly after she returned from Australia?
All right, why don't we just stop right there? So that'd be a good breaking point, I think. Okay. Okay. Perfect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and break for the evening. Again, do not discuss this case with anybody and don't do any outside research. And we'll see
I ain't gonna lie, man. I think yesterday was a little bit more exciting. You feel me? That video testimony, man. I don't know, man. But we're gonna be back in the morning, man. We're gonna be back in the morning, man. We're gonna be on this, man. You feel me? We're gonna be fucking with this.
All right.
Shouts out to everybody for tapping in.
Just for the record, I want to make sure exhibit plaintiff 1248 from yesterday actually should be corrected in the record to plaintiff's 1248A. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, good. All right. And so the witnesses tomorrow, are they live, remote, or do we need a
We have one live witness tomorrow. The rest are all video depositions.
So they're all depositions, so we don't need a WebEx link?
No.
Okay. All right. Other than that, jury instructions and verdict forms. I have received jury instructions from both parties. Thank you for that. However, I have not received agreed upon jury instructions as requested. So I'm not sure if that has happened.
Let me get that 30th like, man. Somebody who ain't hit me, man. Look out for me, man.
Well,
Let's go.
They're identified.
God bless everybody tapping in.
Okay, so the ones that you agreed upon?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So
we're gonna be back
you could do
tomorrow,
the same,
man.
Just give me which ones you agree upon. I'd appreciate that. If we can get also by Thursday your objections to the ones that you don't agree upon in writing to me by Thursday morning, okay?
Yes,
Can we get that? Just so I know what you're objecting to, because I only have 2 hours on Friday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. to deal with this issue. So I want to make sure we're all prepared to get that done at that time frame, okay?
Understood, Your Honor.
All right,
Yes.
great. Anything?
Your Honor, I just want to make clear, we haven't seen what they sent until they sent today. So
Okay,
we've been
that's
trying
fine.
to meet and confer about this for a week and have
I'm not
made no
interested in
progress.
anybody's finger pointing, but I understand that we'll just go forward from here.
interested
and have
in
you
you
Thursday
acting
morning.
like a
That would be
little
fantastic,
bitch.
Okay?
Understood.
All right,
Thank you,
great.
Your Honor.
All right, have a good evening, and we'll see you in the morning, okay?
Oh, the blessings on that 30 likes. Blessings on that 30 likes. God bless everybody tapping in, man. You know, it's a beautiful thing. 3 hours alive, man. You know what I'm saying? We going up, man. I appreciate niggas. I appreciate motherfuckers tapping in, man, with the BossMackTopSoil. Yeah. Tomorrow we going up. I'ma fuck with y'all tomorrow, man. Yeah. Wait, I'm probably fuck with y'all. I might fuck with y'all tonight, though. I might fuck with y'all tonight. We gotta see. We gotta see, man. You feel me? Oh, that's the wrong thing. That's the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out. The Top Mac Nigga Show is a Boss Mac Industries production.